Good morning and welcome everyone. I'm Viviane Habert. I'm the project manager of Adra-e, and I'm pleased to introduce you to our launch event, paving the way towards the next generation of research and innovation excellence in AI, data, and robotics. With more than 40 newly funded projects under the Horizon Europe, Europe has made large-scale investments for the development and deployment of trustworthy, safe, and robust AI, data, and robotics. This event of today has been co-organized by the European Commission, as well as Adra-e and AI4Europe, the two newly founded coordination and support actions that you'll have the opportunity to get to know during this event. The aim of today is to better understand our ecosystem and in particular, to introduce you to the newly funded projects. I will now leave the floor to my colleague, Tanvir.
Thank you, Viviane. Myself, Tanvir Singh Badwal. I'm here as a representative of UCC and also the AIforEurope project that Viviane just introduced. So as Viviane mentioned, the aim of the event is to understand the AI and robotics ecosystem in detail through various sessions that we have planned for today. We'll start with the introduction of the European Commission, and then we'll go into understanding the excellence centers that have been recently funded in form of AIforEurope and ELSA projects. Then we will move on to the session of Adra and Adra-e AIforEurope projects. We'll have the Adra Association presentation. Then we will go into understanding the Adra-e CSA project and its scope. Then we'll talk about the other sister CSA project, which is AIforEurope. After that, we have the European Digital Innovation Hubs presentation. Then we'll go into a small break. But then after the break, we have the 40 various projects which have been funded under various calls. We'll have video presentations of the projects from 11:10 to about 1. And then towards the end, we have a small SLIDO session. You will be hearing about various questions that we present it in between sessions. And then towards the end of all the sessions, we'll share the results. And now I'll request Viviane to present the other moderators.
Thank you, Tanvir. So the moderators of today will be Tanvir Badwal, who is the project manager of AIforEurope, and myself. If you have any question during the event, please use the question and answer section, and we will do our best to provide you with the answers during the event or also after.
Thank you, Viviane. And please note that the webinar is being recorded. And after the event, we'll be sharing the video recordings of the webinar on our website and through social media, both AIforEurope and Adra-e projects. So Viviane, let's start.
Yes, indeed, Tanvir. So now, without further ado, I'll leave the floor to Cecile Huet, Head of Unit A1 of the European Commission.
Thank you, Viviane and the organization team. I'm going to share my screen. Okay, do you see it well? Yes. So good morning, everybody, and welcome to this event. So it's an honor for me to present in this event and then to make you discover all the new projects that we have selected and we are going to launch in this fall. So this is the first wave of Horizon Europe project in AI and robotics in 2022. My name is Cecile Huet. I'm the head of unit of the unit Robotics and AI, Innovation and Excellence in DG Connect. So here is the outline of my talk. I will just first quickly introduce our team, where we stand in the Commission, our mission regarding the development of the ecosystem of excellence, then the new project, how they fit in this ecosystem of excellence, and then the opportunity for all the ones listening to this webinar. This is opportunity for all the projects present here, but also for the whole community. So it's important message for all of you. And finally, some requirements for the projects and their contractual obligation, which are also relevant for the whole community. Just to situate where we are in the European Commission, we belong to the Directorate General for Communication, Network, Content and Technology, also called DG Connect. We work with the Commissioner Thierry Breton, and within that whole hierarchy, we belong to the first Directorate Connect A. I'll explain in a second. And an important component as well is Directorate G, which I highlighted, because in that directorate, the G1 unit deals with data, so the project relevant to data. So coming back to our unit, so we belong in the Directorate A, and we are the unit A1, dealing mainly with, as I said, innovation and excellence, basically the funding programs. And our sister unit is Unit A2, which deals with the regulatory framework, so the AI Act and the coordinated plan. So we work very closely one with each other. And in our directorate, we also have the A4 unit, which deal with all the digital innovation hubs, so the EDI, and you will hear more during this webinar, because they're also EDI in AI. So this is also relevant for you. Going further down, so in our team, so besides the management team with David and Evangelia, we are the three of us, you will have a dedicated program officers, policy officer working with each of your project, and then also a team of financial officer and admin support. So all of us are there to help you, and we want to help you really in the success of your project. So now, what is the mission of our unit? So we want to develop the ecosystem of excellence in AI. So we work together, as I said, with our sister unit, which works with the ecosystem of trust. So we want to develop, on the one hand, a condition to make sure that the people and the ethical dimension and the regulatory framework is there to protect people, but we also want from the ecosystem of excellence to boost innovation and development. So when we mean ecosystem of excellence in AI, excellence means from research to adoption, so not only academia, but also innovation and adoption. And then AI, we take it at a broad sense, meaning AI, data, and robotics. And we are dealing with a very rich landscape, which is very multidisciplinary and very multi-stakeholder, as I said already, from research to development to deployment to adoption, and on the whole value chain. So in the ecosystem of excellence, what do we want to do from the lab to the market? So here is the different type of tools, instrument we're working with. So the very first and important one is the PPP Adra, the public-private partnership we have with the entire community represented by the association Adra. I'll explain in a moment. And this is an important instrument for us to define the priority of the funding in our program. So in our program, then Horizon 2020 in the past, Horizon Europe now, we are funding IAs and REAs, so Innovation Action and Research and Innovation Action, the standard project. In addition to that, we are also investing a lot in networks of excellence centers, the goal being really to bring the best teams we have in Europe, bring them together so that they can collaborate, build strong network, and progress faster in the key, let's say, scientific and technological challenges to met by AI, so that we can help in their development and deployment. And besides that, they have also a duty to bring all the research team to the highest level of excellence. Finally, we also have in the Horizon Europe program and also in the Digital Europe program, the development of the AI on-demand platform. So a number of projects are supporting and developing the development of the AI on-demand platform, the goal being to have a common resource for all AI stakeholders in Europe. I will explain that a bit in a moment, but that's a very important resource to all stakeholders in AI. And now regarding testing and experimentation facilities, this comes from the other complementary program we have, Digital Europe program, which helps to bring the technology from the labs to the market, so at a higher TRL. And the testing experimentation facilities will offer an environment in real or very close to real condition, so that the technology which has been tested in the lab, in the context, for instance, in Horizon Europe program, then could be then tested in closer to real environments so that they can be more easily deployed in the future. And finally, to complete the value chain, the AD, or Digital Innovation Hub, European Digital Innovation Hub, they're there to bring the mature technology to the market. So their role is they're situated in their local environment, and they have to help their ecosystem, their companies, their industries locally to take benefit of all digital technology, including the mature AI solutions. So now coming back to those 42 new projects that we are launching in these days. So we already started in July. So here are the different projects and how they fit in the ecosystem of excellence. So first, we have an important coordination and support action, Adra-e, and Adra-e is there to support the PPP and also the whole community. AIforEurope is there, an additional project to support the AI on demand platform, especially when it comes to support the research community, the scientific community on the platform. Then we have two networks of excellence, one on robotics and one on safe and secure AI, so eRobin and ELSA specifically. And then we have all the RIAs and IA projects focusing on some specific aspect of AI. So some of them deal with AI data and robotics for the Green Deal, so demonstrating how the technology can contribute to the Green Deal objectives, pushing the limits of robotics cognitions, trustworthy AI, robust, transparent, energy efficient AI. So as you see, it's also supporting the regulatory framework which wants to have this robust, transparent AI. And finally, we have also a number of projects dealing with tackling biases in different types of biases in AI. So we will have in total 42 new projects in AI and in robotics. In addition, there are also projects dealing with data in particular. We will not have the time to present them today, but it's also an important part of this ecosystem. And then, so they will be presented today in the pitches, but we also have prepared a brochure together with my colleague Erin, and this will be then also for you an interesting source of information. Now, I wanted to highlight the opportunities for the community for the different tools we have. So regarding the PPP on AI, data and robotics, as I said, we have a memorandum of understanding with ADRA, which is the Association on AI, Data and Robotics, and which is there to represent the whole community. So I would strongly encourage you to become a very active member of ADRA. Why? Because this association is there to mobilize the community to define, invest, and implement the strategic research, development, and innovation and deployment agenda for those technology in Europe. So if you want to have your say in this strategy, become part of the association, but much more than that, this is a way for you to become really part of the network and the ecosystem of excellence. Regarding the AI on demand platform, then the AI on demand platform is there as a public community resource to share the information, the knowledge, tools, and assets we have in Europe to avoid fragmentation. So a single access point to all these resources to facilitate the use and reuse of information and to support the research and development. And finally, also, so this is the part on research, but there is also a part of the platform dealing with more the innovation and part, the higher TRL, and this is there also to support the tech transfer. So we expect also to see a lot of interaction between research and innovation through the platform. As I mentioned before, we have two projects, two coordination and support action, Adra-e and AIforEurope, each of them dealing, the first one dealing with the PPP, the coordination networking activity of the community, support to the adoption, awareness raising, outreach, procurement, and standardization. So if you're dealing in your project with standardization, also connect to Adra-e. And the AI on demand platform is there to support the research community, the scientific community on the AI on demand platform. Coming back to the network of excellence centers, what is important? Why do we find networks of excellence centers? We want really to, again, address the fragmentation and make Europe a research powerhouse of AI. We have so good researchers, so good research team, but we need to scale, and we we need to join forces to really be attractive and become a powerhouse of AI. So we want to increase Europe's attractiveness for scientists. We want to ensure leadership in key strategic research topic. And we also want to see a lot of collaboration and use of AI on-demand platform to be enriched by the result of the networks of excellence centers. So these networks of excellence centers are expected to become virtual center of excellence, so a reference in AI and robotics, access to knowledge, provide access to knowledge for everyone beyond the network, and be an essential part for the visibility, usability, and accessibility of what we do in our program. So the duty of the networks is not only to bring the best scientists to work together and go faster in research and development, but also to bring all European teams to the highest level of excellence through their networking activity, dissemination activities. Now, these are the requirements we have to all the project, and this was in the call text. So we want all the project to demonstrate progress and make them very visible to your dissemination strategy and communication strategy. We want also that each project allocate tasks to cohesion activities with the PPP and with the two coordination action, Adra-e and AIforEurope. They are there to help you as well, making your result more visible. So we want to build together this strong ecosystem of excellence with the help of tools I presented before. We want to maximize the visibility of an impact. For instance, Adra-e is proposing a project exhibition on AI data and robotics, and we want also you to make full use of the AI on-demand platform, not only using the tools and resources which are there, but in the project, the result, make them available to the platform. And what is important indeed is to share the result, the one which you can communicate on the AI on-demand platform, and also your experience you gain through the project. Now, finally, the contractual obligation. So it's very important that within each project and all together, you have sufficient communication, dissemination, and exploitation activities. This is essential for your project. Not only it's a contractual obligation, but it is essential also for the program, for the sustainability of the program, because if we don't show the impact of this funding, then we have little argument to continue and to request to our decision maker more funding for this program. So dedicate sufficient effort and use the right resource you have in your project, and if needed more, and also use Adra-e, use the AI on-demand platform to maximize the visibility through communication, through dissemination, and through exploitation of your project result. So that's all from my side. Thank you for your attention, and we really look forward to the whole team to really accompanying you in the success of your project. We are here to help. Your success is also our success. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Cecile, for the overview. As we know that there are these many projects being funded, it's also important at the same time to understand the ecosystem as to where are the interlinkages. And as Cecile mentioned, that there are the networks of trust and the network of excellence. From September 2020, there have been 4 existing excellence centers that have been running, namely Taylor, Elise, AI for Media, Human AI Net. So now, as part of the Horizon Europe Cluster for Calls, we also have 2 new centers, as Cecile mentioned. The first one is EUROBIN, which is the European Robotics and AI Network, led by DLR from Germany. And then it's also ELSA, European Lighthouse on Secure and Safe AI. So let's try to learn a bit more about these 2 centers. I'll now request my colleague Nicolo to play the introduction videos of these centers.
My name is Alin Albuchefer, and it is my great pleasure to introduce today EUROBIN, the European Robotics and AI Network. Our project is grounded in the wider robotics and AI community, and it is built on 2 main equally important pillars, namely research for scientific excellence and networking instruments for joining forces of outstanding labs in Europe. Scientifically, we would like to address the main challenges hampering the breakthrough of robotics today. And we decided that the aspect of transferability of cognition-enabled robotics methods between systems and among companies is the one topic which has the potential to substantially boost the competitiveness both of our research and of our robotics industry in Europe. As a network of excellence labs, we would like to provide a stage for cooperation and exchange of scientific knowledge and talents between the outstanding labs, which are members of the consortium. But at the same time, we would like to generate a nucleus to which the community at large can join. Our scientific research is focused on four main topics, which are physical interaction in terms of hardware and control, AI-based methods for knowledge and learning in robotics, as well as human-centered robotics, including human-robot cognitive cooperation, human-machine interfaces, but also ethical aspects. We would like to establish the new instrument of cooperative competitions for benchmarking and transferring our results in three major application fields, namely in robotics manufacturing for a circular economy, in personal robots for enhanced quality of life and well-being, and outdoor robots for sustainable communities. The research activities will be based on the EuroCore, the European Code and Data Repository, through which we will facilitate the exchange of information not only within the consortium, but also with the community of AI-based robotics at large. Our consortium contains 31 partners from 14 countries, evenly distributed all over Europe. And we are happy to integrate some of the most well-known labs in robotics and AI. We will integrate several networking instruments, starting with annual scientific workshops, the previously mentioned cooperative competitions, and the yearly hackathons. Moreover, we will offer PhD and fellow programs for partners outside the consortium. 20% of the budget is moreover dedicated to cascade funding, through which we will have the possibility to involve up to 40 new partners into the consortium through annual calls. Moreover, we will have an intensive science industry dialogue for advertising our results and also the contents of our EuroCore repository to the presented instruments. We hope to have a long-lasting impact on several levels. The scientific workshops will distribute novel methods across the labs. The cooperative competitions and the hackathons will monitor and ensure the joint progress on the main challenges in robotics. The cascade funding instruments will strengthen our link to the robotics community at large. To the PhD and fellow programs, we will provide a strong pool of talents with increased diversity. And with the science industry dialogue, we will aim for innovation and knowledge transfer to industry. I hope that I could raise your interest in our EuRobin network. Please stay tuned to our informations on the website and through the newsletters, and we hope to integrate as many of you as possible into our network. Thank you very much.
Hello, my name is Mario Fritz. I'm the coordinator of the European Lighthouse on Secure and Safe AI, ELSA. ELSA is a virtual center of excellence that will spearhead efforts in foundational, safe and secure AI research. As a large and growing network of top European experts in AI and machine learning, our goal is to promote the creation of a community that supports the development and deployment of cutting-edge AI solutions in the future and make Europe a lighthouse of trustworthy AI. ELSA builds on and extends the existing internationally recognized LS network of excellence. ELSA will establish a two-way communication between academic research in real-life application scenarios through the creation of the ELSA Innovation Lab. These dynamics will be strengthened and facilitated by new instruments that foster academia-industry collaboration. The ELSA Innovation Lab will provide a platform for driving and utilizing socially beneficial innovation. We focus on the following key use cases of safe and secure AI: healthcare, autonomous driving, robotics, cybersecurity, media, and document intelligence. The network is addressing three grand challenges: the development of robustness guarantees and certificates, privacy-preserving and robust collaborative learning, and the development of human control mechanisms for the ethical and secure use of AI. We seek sustainable solutions that are based on rigorous methodology and foundations. Our impact is threefold. In terms of scientific impact, our research programs provide targeted innovations in methodology on AI that are safe and secure by design. The expansion of the Alice and Elise PhD and postdoc programs attract and develop experts, leaders, and young talents that support and drive innovation on safe and secure AI. Our goals here are the creation of new public benchmarks, dissemination of new software modules, and setup of a competition platform. In terms of societal impact, we reach out to stakeholders, including policymakers, to understand and discuss their needs and perceptions of risks and opportunities of AI, focusing on implications for the values and safety and human security. We aim to publish and provide advice to policymakers on governance challenges arising from our research findings. We want to ensure orchestrated interaction between networks and related activities that exploit synergies and avoid duplication. We plan on providing methodology and educational materials that will also help to reduce digital divide. In terms of economic impact, we will develop demonstrators and software prototypes. Our goals here are to adopt the option of safe and secure AI technologies by companies that enable compliance with European requirements, supported by open SME calls and academic and industry cooperations. AI is growing at a rapid rate, which is why we also contribute to the growing demand of leading experts in safe and secure AI. Please reach out to us so that we build secure and safe AI together.
Well, thank you very much for this very interesting overview of the activities of the two new NOEs, EURobin and ELSA. Now, as mentioned by Cecile, the private side of the ADR PPP is represented by ADRA, the association. It is the entry point for organizations willing to collaborate and shape directly with the European Commission the direction of the three domains: artificial intelligence, data, and robotics. Now, today we have the chance to have Rich Walker, chair of the board of ADRA, here with us. And I'll leave the floor to you, Rich.
Thank you very much. Let me just see if I can get the presentation up. Yes, can everyone see the presentation? Is that fine?
Yes, perfect.
Perfect, thank you. So ADRA, and thank you, Cecile, for the many kind words there. ADRA is the AI Data and Robotics Association, the private side of the PPP. And what we are is a coming together of the 5 key organizations that represent the communities around AI, around data, and around robotics in Europe to put together a single home for that to work with the Commission on building a strong European AI data and robotics ecosystem. For those who understand the mechanisms, we're a co-programmed partnership. Which means that we work with the Commission to help develop the work programs, and we're responsible for administering the monitoring and the reporting and understanding how the private side of the process industry essentially is co-investing with the Commission's public investment to transform AI and robotics in Europe. This is a really big investment. Obviously, 1.3 billion euros of public investment is, I believe it's the largest single AI program globally. So this is a really kind of important thing to be a part of. So it's a joint initiative between these 5 organizations, each of which represents a strong community of its own. Claire, Ellis, and EuroAI come from the AI side, EURobotics, of course, the robotics side, and BDVA is the Big Data Value Association. Each of those organizations has its own constituency, its own stakeholders, and those organizations are things that exist by themselves. Coming together here, we formed a team essentially to bring together all of those separate areas, those very disparate communities, so that we can work with the Commission together and directly. And the team formation here has been a very interesting process, because essentially we have people working in very disparate sectors who are coming together and understanding the commonalities, understanding where they can add value by cooperating. Sorry, wrong way. So the 3 key objectives of the partnership: European sovereignty in AI, data and robotics, European leadership in AI and data and robotics technologies, with this key goal of high socioeconomic and environmental impact. We're looking at the long term here. We're not just trying to create the next company in Europe that has a unicorn. That would be nice, but that's not the goal. The goal here is really to transform Europe through the use of AI, data and robotics technologies. So we're looking at missions, we're looking at the strategic goals, the sustainable development goals, and saying, how can these technologies really drive long-term transformation? And of course, we want a strong global competitive position in Europe around this area. So as we know, the European Parliament has identified that the EU could do better. This is not a we're doing badly, but it is a we need to do better. And this is, of course, why we're driving this forwards. And part of the role of the PPP is to make sure that the needs and goals of Parliament are understood and addressed. So we have a fairly broad approach. We're building a stakeholder community. We're balancing the representation across those various areas. We're being open, we're being inclusive, and we're building up the dialogue across the ecosystem. Really, we want to make sure that everybody is in this. I come from a UK SME and also a Spanish SME. It's kind of unusual for small companies to be right at the heart of something like this, but I think it represents something about the inclusivity of ADRA, that we are indeed taking this very broad view and bringing people, everyone from investors through to large companies, and of course, technology developers, SMEs, and the research communities. We have a fairly broad board. You'll see there's 18 of us there. We are representatives of the founding organizations initially, and we are split in a nice divide. So there is equal governance from AI, from data, and from robotics. And this is something we intend to continue through. And then it's also split half and half between industry and research. This is to provide the balance that we found in the past is important. It's very easy to have an organization with lots of research members and then industry feels unrepresented, or lots of industry members and research feels unrepresented. So the governance here is set up very much to provide that balance. Our President, Marina Bill, who many of you will know from her work at ABB and also IFR, is very proud to lead this. Unfortunately, she was called away today, so I'm doing the whole presentation. Apologies for that. So membership, we're growing. We have members across most of Europe. Not as many members as we'd like yet. We're encouraging everybody to join. We're encouraging you to take part in this. But the initial membership has been quite pleasing because it is a broad representation of the community. As a member, why would you join? What would you do? Well, firstly, we are the stakeholder community, and we're building out stakeholder events and stakeholder activities, which helps with things like matchmaking, helps with building consortia. It's not a requirement to be part of ADRA, to be part of a European consortia in the PPP domain, as you know, but it certainly helps because you can be better connected to ADRA. You can understand how things work there. As a contractual partner, you of course have involved in writing the work programs. You can help feed the future SLIDOs and the SRIAs and so on. And of course, you can be engaged in policy and program development. This is something that we take very seriously because we know that the Commission needs trusted advisors, and the best trusted advisors are the people you work with regularly in an organization like ADRA. Also, the full members can propose candidates to the board of directors and have voting rights and can lead and participate in topic groups and task forces. And just to dwell on that for a second, where ADRA sees it adds value to the community is in the overlap between the areas of AI and of data and of robotics. So there are things that are properly the business of something like EU robotics, mechatronics, classically. And then there are things that are properly the business of ADRA, standards across AI, data and robotics. So part of what we're making sure happens here is to build a space where you can come together with the other communities and build out those cross-sectoral working groups and functions that are necessary to really drive progress across Europe. Types of membership, we'll send these slides around, so there's no need to go into this in too much detail, but essentially as an organization, you join from the appropriate constituency and the appropriate flavor. There are strategic members who are not-for-profit organizations, and it's also possible to be an associate member if you are, if you want to be kept informed and kept up to speed with this, but you don't feel you need to be part of the governance. So the division is clearly around voting rights and the ability to set the direction of the organization. Membership fees, we have to be funded from somewhere. It's a private side organization, so there are membership fees. The good thing is if you're already a member of one of the founding organizations, EU Robotics, BDVA, Claire, Ellis, and EuroAI, then your membership fee is substantially discounted. And obviously, if this is a barrier to you, then please talk to us, because we're very keen to make sure that we broaden the membership and get everybody involved. And if this is absolutely a showstopper for you, then talk to us and we'll see what we can work out. So applying, go to our website. There's a membership application form, download that, send it in. We'll look at that, and formally the General Assembly will eventually vote on your membership, but in practice fairly quickly the Board of Directors will come back to you, and there's an email address there. Again, these slides will be sent around later so you can get up to speed with that. So that's the key points I had to make. ADRA, the AI Data and Robotics Association, is the coming together of the three communities to build a really strong European Centre of Excellence, a European centre that can work with these multiple CSAs and projects and provide a coherent voice across Europe for the community. So thank you very much for taking the time to listen to us, and hopefully you'll see us as the right place to be and come along and join and help us with this, I think, excellent and important work. Thank you.
Thank you very much for your presentation, Rich. So we've learned about the ADR partnership, the AI Data and Robotics Association. Now also let's try to learn about the ADR Adra-e project, which is basically the newly funded project as part of the Human 0102 call that was launched last year. So there are two projects that have been funded under the call. The first one is ADR Adra-e project, and the other one is AIforEurope project. So the coordinator of Adra-e project is Inria from France, basically Mark, who couldn't join us unfortunately today. So we have Jozef Geurts to represent India and Adra-e project today. I'll request you now to present the presentation and also share the scope and objectives of the project.
Thanks a lot, Tanvir. So let me pull up my presentation. So put it in presentation mode. So can you confirm that it's okay? You see my screen?
Yeah,
Yes.
perfect.
Okay, thanks a lot. Okay, so my name is Jozef Geurts. I work for the European Partnership Department at Inria. So Inria, as mentioned already, is the coordinator of the Adra-e project. I'm not the scientific coordinator, so this is Mark Schunauer that unfortunately couldn't make it today. So I'll be standing in for him. So I'm the work package 1 leader in Adra-e. And with this presentation, I'd like to give a little bit an overview of what Adra-e is going to do in the coming 3 years. And also to show a little bit, so it's a CSA action, so that's a coordination and support action. So we are there to support the AI Data Robotics Partnership and its community. So what I'm going to do is to present you a little bit about the project, so the activities we undertake and how you can become part of it, and how we can in that way support your projects and support the community. So what you see here is to put a little bit in context the project, so Adra-e, and the context that we're working with. So on the top side, so you see the AI data robotics communities. I mean, this is something that is there for already a long time. I mean, there are things that work very well. But so there is also need to stimulate more the synergies between on the one hand side AI data robotics, but also industry and research and the various stakeholders and stimulating these synergies and working together is something that's also the objective of the AI data robotics partnership that you see at the bottom of the slide. So they are partnerships. So this was an MOU that was signed with the Commission a little bit more than a year ago. So on the one hand side, it's the private or the public side, which is the Commission. On the other side, the private part, which is the ADRA association. And so the Adra-e project is very much aligned and comes from the ADRA association, and we are there in essence to mobilize and support the AI data robotics and community to make the partnership successful in its operation. Okay, so here I'm repeating a little bit the objectives of the partnership. So I mean, Rich already mentioned them before, so I'll not go into much detail. But it's important to realize, okay, these are the objectives that are shared by, on the one side, the European Commission, also by ADRA, so the association, and also by the project Adra-e. So they include European sovereignty of AI data and robotics, the European leadership in AI data and robotics, and also to increase a strong global competition for AI data robotics in Europe. So as I mentioned, Adra-e was set up in close collaboration with ADRA. So many of the principal stakeholders in Adra-e also play a role of importance in the ADRA associations. So Adra-e, in all its way, supports the vision and the strategy that ADRA is setting out. So one part, so this is the SLIDO. So the SLIDO stands for the Strategic Research, Innovation and Deployment Agenda. So this is a strategic document produced by ADRA about essentially the challenges that need to be addressed in the coming years in order for the partnership to reach its objectives. So the Commission takes this document and uses it to design the topics that involve AI data robotics in the Horizon Europe work program. So some of the projects that are under the umbrella of the PPP are actually coming from this perspective, and there will be new ones adding to this in the upcoming work program. So that's one side. Also very important is to mobilize the communities and create the conditions for an inclusive, sustainable, effective, and multi-layered and coherent European AI data and robotics ecosystem. And this is, of course, very important because it will lead, or we hope it will lead to increased trust and adoption of AI data robotics technologies. So that, and then the third point is the raising awareness at all levels of what this technology can do for the community, for the stakeholders in Europe. So on one hand side to trigger private investment for the partnership, and also to increase the size of the community, get people involved in ADRA, and set the direction for European AI data and robotics. Okay, so then a few words about the consortium. So the project, I suppose, as many of you started in July this year. So we have a number of leading industry and research organizations involved with expertise in all of the in the three domains, so AI, data, robotics, but also academia and industry. And this balance is something that we believe is important to make sure that it's open to everybody, and everybody feels they can be part of this. All right, so then a little bit about the objectives of the project. So the first objective is around the AI data and robotics community. So we believe this is one of the key elements of creating a successful partnership, is being able to mobilize the community and get people involved. So this is something that we can all share and we can all support, and create a dynamic around connecting the various communities to make this effective. So then the second objective is about landscape mapping. So the AI data robotic ecosystem at the moment, I mean, it's fairly complex. There are a number of initiatives ongoing. Of course, on European scale, but maybe also on some national levels, and even on a global level. So getting an understanding what's what is there and how we can use what's there is one of the objectives in the project. So then also the awareness objective. So raising awareness of what AI data robotics can do, but also maybe what are the things to keep in consideration when you are deploying this technology for the people deploying the technologies, but also for the people using the technologies. So then objective 4 is about increasing the adoption of AI data robotics technologies. So this is also a fairly large scope. So on the one hand side, going into the regional ecosystem up until maybe even a global level, deploying promoting Europe in trustworthy AI. So then objective 5 standards is of course also very important, especially in regard to the AI regulation that is being prepared at the moment. I mean, this is something that we need to prepare for and put in place the necessary tools to respect these. And then the objective 6, so the project will be there for 3 years. So we'll put in place a number of activities and tools, and so objective 6 is there to make sure that they are being adopted by the community, by Adra, and they will be there for the duration of the partnership. Okay, so this is an overview of our work package structure. So as you see in the middle of there, it's the work package 1, support for the community. I mean, this is kind of the essence that is necessary to make this all work. And then around this are 4 work packages. So wait, let me put this up. So the work package 1, so connecting the communities and helping to support the SLIDO. So then work package 2 about the mapping and raising awareness mechanisms of the what's going on. So there's so I'll talk a little bit about the events later on, but there's a showcase event that is coming from this work package. So then there's the awareness center, which is produced by work package 3. So we will do an analysis of the external factors and acceptability and trustworthiness of the tools that are out there, and get to a sort of trust label that we can put on AI technology or even products, and that make that people quickly are able to assess what this does for them in terms of AI technology, and they understand what the implications are of using this technology. So then there is the work package 4. So that's about the adoption of European AI data robotics in this large scale, so from regional, European, national, and even global. So then the work package 5 on standards. So this is monitoring the development on the standards that are ongoing, and also mapping how they relate to the various regulations, and also provide recommendations for the strategic research and innovation and deployment agenda. Okay, and then third, of course, the dissemination and communication work package will be, so we're working on a web platform that will host the tools and the documents we produce, and it will also be there to communicate and disseminate about the projects and about the Adra-e projects, and also an important part is communicating about the projects that are under the umbrella of the partnership. Okay, so these are some of the mechanisms that we put in place to reach our objectives. So I'll start with the events. So there are a number of what we call convergence events because they all share this element of creating convergence between the various communities: AI, data, robotics, industry, research, and maybe also policymaker, etc. So there's the AI Data Robotics Conference. So this is a community event that brings together the various communities. So this can be compared, if you want, to what's happening in BDVA, the European Big Data Value Summit, or the EU Robotics Forum from EU Robotics. So it's there to bring together the direct community that's around the partnership. So then there's the AI Data Robotics Project Exhibitions. Already talked a little bit about it in the previous slide. So this is to kind of present the results we have of the technology and the projects we develop in Europe. So it's a showcase event. So then there's also the AI Data Robotics Awareness Day. So that might actually be more than one day, maybe even a week. But there, the idea is to reach out to the stakeholders beyond beyond the direct ADR stakeholders. So this is general public, people that wish to use AI maybe in their businesses or in their processes, and give them some visibility on what this technology can do for them, and also the things that they need to be aware of. So then there's the Convergence Summit. So this is a more high-level event where we reach out to decision makers from politics, industry, and maybe also academia. So there will be focus on a particular theme that is of socio-economic interest. So this document will also, this event will bring together the relevant stakeholders for one day, and gives them a platform to discuss and exchange with each other, with the objective to at the end have a document that everybody agrees on, in the sense of, okay, a number of messages that people can take and bring back to their respective communities and can disseminate. And then the last one, so this is a collaboration between Work Package 1 and Work Package 2 about cross-disciplinary workshops. So this is getting the people that actually do the work and that have an interest of working together because of their because of mutual benefit, and put in place the mechanism so they can effectively work together and exchange. Okay, so then the impacts of the project, I mean, they're fairly broad. So they range from societal impact, scientific impact, of course, technological impact, and economic impacts. So I'll not go into detail linking the various instrument on how they but they do give an overview of how they position within the project. Okay, so we have a very ambitious agenda ahead of us, and there are some challenges that are there for Adra to take into account. So one being, so the AI data robotics communities. So some of them are they are there for a fairly long time. So robotics and data, their communities, they were structured around a partnership in the previous work program. So the AI, of course, it exists also already for a long time, but I mean, they started to organize themselves well, not too long ago. So this is also leading to some cultural differences. So you have grassroots initiatives such as Claire and Alice, and more top-down approaches that fit to the that fit well to the partnership and the organization that's needed for that. So there is a way to find a balance between these two as well. Then also between industry and in research. So in data and robotics, things started to converge already. So I mean, if you look at BDVA and Robotics, they have a fairly good balance there. And so in AI, this is happening as well. But I mean, there are still some progress to be made, and we need to work on finding these bridges and building them. And then, of course, I mean, the breadth of AI data robotics is huge. I mean, this goes from regional ecosystems to national, European, and even global. I mean, so it's the GPI that some of you may heard of. So this is something that we all need to take into account in order for Adra-e to function. So of course, or luckily, we're not alone. So there's a number of initiatives that are there that we can leverage on. So there's the European Commission that we're collaborating with, and of course the 40 new projects that are being launched today. So we hope to have a fruitful dialogue and involve you in our activities. So there's the AI on-demand platform represented by the project AI4EU that we're today organizing this webinar with. So they're the founding organizations of ADRA, so BDVA, Claire, Alice, AI, and Robotics. And I mean, there are many others that we are going to identify as part of the work in work package 2. Okay, so this is all I have to say for Adra-e. So thank you very much for your attention, and I'll give back the floor to Viviane.
Thank you very much, Jos, for sharing the objectives, scope, and presenting the events of Adra-e, and maybe also to clarify a bit the context of where Adra-e stands with Adra and the PPP as well. So as you mentioned, Adra-e works in close collaboration with another CSA, which is AIforEurope, and that is coordinated by University College Cork. So Barry O'Sullivan and Gabriel Gonzalez, could I ask you to give us a quick introduction and guide us through your project, as well as give us some insights of what is AI on-demand platform?
And good morning. So hopefully you can see me okay, and hopefully the slides are okay. So good morning. So my name is Barry O'Sullivan, and my colleague Gabriel will speak in a few moments. And we're here to talk about the AIforEurope CSA. This is the sister CSA of Adra-e. And this is focused on the AI on-demand platform, the strategically important infrastructure that the Commission wishes to build around artificial intelligence. So you might have heard of the AI4EU project, and indeed, if you go into it, you can still see the remnants of the AI4EU project. This was the project that started the AI on-demand platform, and that project ended in December of 2021. And the AIforEurope project is the next step in developing the AI on-demand platform. And of course, there will be other projects into the future under Digital Europe that will develop the platform further. Our focus at the moment is on the research community, and we're here today because all of the projects that are going to be presenting and all of the attendees here, we're hoping that you will engage with the platform in order to showcase your research and showcase European AI research. So you've seen this a version of this slide in Cecile's presentation. So the AI on-demand platform was developed during the AIforEurope project. This was produced at an AI repository. There were open calls for people to do innovation. very much focused on the concept of trustworthy AI. And what we tried to do in that project was to avoid fragmentation in Europe by providing a single place where people could share their AI assets, could come and network and come and benefit from the excellent research that is done around Europe, and also meet with SMEs and other stakeholders in order to build innovative solutions to various problems and so on. And essentially, the focus was on trying to facilitate the use and uptake of AI in industry in Europe. That project ended at the end of last year. And essentially what we were focused on at that point was developing services for AI, and that's what we ended up with is something that Gabriel will go into great detail in a few minutes. A very fine system for developing and prototyping AI systems called AIforEurope experiments, which will allow you to pick and place different assets together and plug them together and develop applications. Of course, the world has moved on while AIforEurope was running, and so there are now various networks. There's the ICT48 networks. There's the CSA Vision. There are 4 networks: AIforMedia, HumanAI, Elisa, and Taylor, all focused on the research community. And of course, there's a group of ICT49 projects that are looking at the innovation end. And so the platform is a place where we hope that, indeed, we expect, and wish to collaborate with those projects to showcase their services and their assets and so on. Over the next few years, the AI on Demand platform is going to be developed further. This is a long-term initiative of the Commission. So the AIforEurope project is just one step in that. So obviously on this chart, you see that AIforEurope, the project began in 2019, ended in 2021. There are a number of ICT49 and 48 projects, as I say, and there will be a number of calls coming up into the future that will further develop the platform. And so when you think about AIforEurope, you should think of AIforEurope as a project that is merely developing and supporting the platform, but the platform is a much more bigger concept, as Cecile described it in her presentation. It's a community resource. And so we happen to be the CSA that's supporting the research community and trying to onboard them and trying to make sure that they're well served by the platform. And in the coming year, there will be a new CSA that will focus very much on the industrial side. So just in terms of plans, so as I say, it's very much a project that tries to separate our own activities as a CSA from the platform itself. The platform is something that will live far beyond the project. And so when you work with us, there are sort of 2 ways in which you can work with us. You can work with us as the AIforEurope project, but also as the custodians for the AI on Demand platform. And so we very much encourage you to be part of that and to reach out to us. And so please do send us an email and join our AI on Demand forum, which is essentially a large Google group where you'll hear about activities and be able to get invited to activities. We want to engage with you as much as possible. And of course, we really want to motivate engagement with the platform and make sure that the platform becomes essentially a beacon, or a showcase for AI research. And so the very best of AI research is presented there and shown to the world. So when people come and look at the AI on Demand platform, they will be able to see that, well, in such a lab in Germany or France or wherever it might be, there's this fantastic initiative or there's this fantastic EU project, and then use the platform as a gateway into the community. So the objectives of the project are to support and sustain a digital platform and experimentation environment to ensure that the research community is well served. And so this very much fits into the AI ecosystem of excellence. It will create a repository of expertise of people and labs, tools, services supported by a set of distributed platforms. And these platforms will be brought together as a seamless resource that people can use. So this is not an attempt in any way to be the only platform in Europe, but be an aggregator or a place that can bring things together and showcase them. And of course, it's very much focused on the principles of trustworthy AI There isn't any other form of AI. So the platform will showcase state-of-the-art science, and it will also ensure the trustworthiness of the resources and the ethical design of the tools that it makes available. And this, of course, fits in with the vision for Europe providing an ecosystem of trust around artificial intelligence. So there's a number of main components in the project. So there's we want to make sure that we stay linked with other emerging paradigms, emerging disruptive technologies, things like security, cloud, 5G, HPC. There must be a governance structure developed for the platform in order to ensure that that people know how to interact with it and it protects into the future. Obviously, a major component is upskilling and education. There's a significant group of people led by Gabriel and others focused on the architecture of the platform. We're very focused in AI4Europe on the research community, and so we really want to get you involved there as much as possible. And of course, you can read the detail of these slides offline. Oops, sorry, just one last thing, I suppose, the stakeholders of the platform, who are they? Well, in this, so this is a four-dimensional space, so it shouldn't suggest that that these are diverging, but there's we very much want to bring together in this four-dimensional space the industrial world and the academic researchers. AI4Europe is very much focused on the right-hand side of this chart. And so, looking at the various areas of AI, the various sub-areas, the various areas of specialization, and also the kind of people who engage in that kind of research, everything from PhD students to, education professionals, to postdoc researchers, to lab directors, to principal investigators, and bring all of these people together. We very much want to link in with the digital innovation hubs, with the ICT 49 projects for services for the platform. Fit in with the networks of excellence that we mentioned earlier, Vision, Taylor, Elise, AI from Europe, and Human AI Net, and of course all of the various AI associations and activities that are out there as well. So very much this project is a way of, it's not creating a parallel universe, instead it's providing an infrastructure that's there to support and provide us a facility where people can showcase their research and also provide a set of tools and services that the research community will find useful and helpful. And I'm going to hand over to my colleague Gabriel now, who's going to talk about the mechanisms for engagement, but also the detail of what is on the platform and how the platform will evolve into the future. Thank you very much. Over to you, Gabriel.
Thanks, Barry. Let me present my screen. Share. Okay, I hope that you can you see my screen? Yeah. Yeah. Okay, perfect. So thanks very much, Barry. So I'm going to introduce just a few aspects about the AI on demand, and as Barry mentioned, how we are supporting and the different what you can find there mainly. So the first slide, I guess that I wanted to mention why to cooperate with AI on demand. So Barry already pointed to that. The AI on demand is a community resource. So our main aim is to construct a European tool that allows the researchers in academic and innovation to find their resources, to find their assets, tools, the success stories on AI. So mainly we broke in these 5 points. That is, rely on communities. So if you want to go there, you want to what we want is to aggregate, as Barry showing, the different stakeholders. We want to be the gate to go to different communities in terms of different topics, in terms of different market segments. We want to foster the cooperation. So we know that right now there are plenty of labs working on research, the networks of excellence, Adra-e, that they will be doing a great job trying to connect with these 3 parts of data, robotics, and AI. But at the same time, we know that there are also different strands around market segments, around researchers, around labs, around innovators, around EDIHs. So we want to foster that cooperation. We want that the people make use of the tools, that the people is able to adapt also the platform. So one of the main differences between AI4U and AI4Europe and this new iteration of the AI on demand the openness. We want that this is a resource that is completed by everyone, that everyone feels that the AI on demand is themselves, and that they don't have to contribute like just another thing, that they feel that this is a tool that they can adapt, they can use, they can complete, they can use, they can exploit. We are building on the European principles of excellence and trustworthy. That's quite key for us, and also for the European values. And also it's a sustainable resource. So AI on demand won't have an end date. The AIforEurope will have, but the AI on demand won't. So that should be also a point for all of you to consider and to find as a key aspect, also to cooperate and to feel that the AI on demand is also part of your objectives. So there are different paths. I aggregated in this presentation quite a few aspects that we have been working and that you can find in the platform with respect to communities and communication, branding and microsite. Also about contents, what you can find there just a bit, and how you can contribute with different type of assets, containers, tools, tutorials. The development of the platform, that's very important. It's very, very important that we avoid the fragmentation by creating 2 million platforms. Just by creating different services that they can share the information, that they can build on top, that you can build on top of what is in there as well. I will give a bit of a hint on that. And also the new technical services that are coming, but also I guess that in between some of the projects you will be also building some of these services. So I want to give you a bit of the view on what is behind the scenes of AIforEurope to support the AI on demand. So this diagram is not new, this map, and I'm not going to enter here. I'm just going to make a reference to here, so you will have this in the slides if you want to take a look. One of the things that we have been working, or we were working in AIforEurope pretty hard, was to connect to the different communities and to connect to the ACTs 49, ACTs 48, AI for manufacturing, the EDIHs. So I guess that this is a work in progress. So one of the things that we want is not to unite all the community, but to support all the community. That's important for us. So one of the things that we are looking in this map is on what is best for each cluster, what is best for each stakeholder that we can find in the European map, in order to bring that to the AI on demand, and in order to let them know that we are there to support them, and for them to join with developers, with communications, with anything that they can provide. So with respect to communication, I guess that there are a few points. So there are a few points that are important. That is, for example, the social media and the newsletters. Social media is something that we have been developing. We are continuing we are building on top of For You Deliver, that actually is strong. So I guess that we will be positioned, we will be opening this to all the projects that they want to use and they want to cooperate with the AI on demand as part of their projects as well. So they will be able to use it. The same for the newsletters. I will give a mention on that. We are creating a service for populating news contents into the platform in such a way that this is automatically compiled, and for the projects also to disseminate the newsletters using the platform. The press releases, this is important also, that we align in the same structure, or we contribute in the same structure with the press releases. Events, we are going to create a timeline for all the events from the different projects, so all of you have visibility on the events that are going to happen, but also you can align some of the events if you see that you can get more strength in terms of the stakeholders that you want to reach. And also we are already setting up working groups for the AI on demand, for the people to cooperate, to cluster, and to share the concerns, and also to align, as Cecile mentioned, the dissemination, communication at the best possible across the different clusters, but also around the AI community. So one of the things that we have been doing also, we have been working on branding, and we will be giving we have a space to host microsites. This is something that we were discussing in the kickoff of AI4Europe. Is now on the side of the Commission to see what if the branding is okay and how to move that. So one of the things that we want to do is for the different services for the different tools that will be created and positioned in the platform to give this unified view that everybody see and everybody understands that they are all, mainly the users, that when they go to the platform, they see that they are in the AI on demand and they are not confused by the different setups, different interfaces. So we are aligning this in terms of giving the same frame, so to strengthen also the AI on demand that at the end is the, as I said, the community tool that all of us are building. So those are two examples. Those are two examples. So it's not yet approved, but we are in the move. And as soon as this will be finalized, we will communicate to all those projects that they will be building tools and services for this common branding. The systems, these two systems were actually delivered. We are continuing them. Were delivered at the time of AI4U, so we inherited them as a legacy. So we have a portal and we have the part of the experiments. So I'm not going to extend on this, and all of them have documentation available online. There are people supporting them. There are people continuing them in different parts. I'm only going to mention a few points that are, for example, in the case of the portal. In the case of the portal, we have the research bundle. The research bundles is a very clear example on one of the is mainly, for example, aggregate a set of information that is useful for research. And actually, I took one example like the AI integration languages, and you can see there different outcomes, tangible outcomes that could be documentation, tutorials, anything that is useful for disseminate your research, also to be used and also to be built on top or to foster even collaborations. So you see there Python libraries, etc. So we have right now, I think that is more than 300 of these research bundles that they are growing, that they are a contribution of different networks of excellence. And actually, I will invite all of you to, as you are finishing the different, or you are accomplishing different parts in your projects, to start using them in different directions. Also to provide feedback. If you see that something can be fixed or can be improved, to provide feedbacks or to bring your developers to put their hands on that. That's another option. This is open source, so it can be extended. The same with the part of the AI4 experiment. So there is a marketplace behind, and there is also the composition of AI assets that can be taken from that part. You can take this is Synergy, one of the ACTs 49, and actually as an example, you can make deployments now. I think that they are already enabled, and you can compose different parts of AI with pipelines and you can deploy them. So that's another example of another tool that is already there. One of the services that we are bringing recently, and I think that it will be of the use of these 44 projects, is
we cannot hear you anymore, Gabriel.
Yeah, I think we lost Gabriel.
Projects and the partners, and at the same time, to register, to log in, and at the same time to
I think we lost Gabriel.
So shall we give him maybe a minute to rejoin? And if that doesn't work, I can pick it up.
Yes, indeed.
Yep.
I'm back. Sorry. And I was even with the phone and with the network of the phone, and it didn't work. So apologies for the interruption. So let me share the screen again, that I think that you cannot see it. So let me share. So I hope that you can see it now. what I was mentioning is this service that you will be able to use about the newsletters. I'm going to something that is a bit more interesting. I'm going to speed up a bit, and that is the platform, how the platform looks like. So we structure, this is a logical view. We structure in the different parts. So we structure the user interface, the part of the services, and the backend in the bottom part. So the main idea that we have behind is to structure this in a way that we very well define APIs with a metadata layer that will enable or will allow any other service to be created using and sharing the same data. So what we want to avoid is the creation of so many platforms, but to build connectors to actually platforms that already exist, like EOS, like GitHub, Zenodo, OpenML, etc. And from there, to provide all of them through a common API for the new services and the new tools to be connected and to be used in an easy way and in a seamless way. The same for the different parts of the infrastructure. So to come with a common data model, metadata, and to have connectors to different deployment methods, Kubernetes, deployment on HPCs, deployment on clouds. So on top of that, to build different services, in this case, experiments, matchmaking coming from one of the ICTs 49, other ICTs 49, HPC access, or even having other ones that are maybe not falling even within the same user interface, but falling within their own user interface, but using the same APIs and connectors. This will bring us to different types of users. So we identified to have users on AI, mainly researchers initially, but also developers. Is something that we want to bring from the different projects. We ran a survey and we identified that many of you will be developing different parts or different services. I invite all of you to come to this part of the AI on demand, to join and to don't isolate yourselves into the different projects, but to try to unite effort to build this in the more robust way possible. That's very important for the AI on demand. So all those developers to come together and to commit to this vision to create those APIs and those services, in the right way. Then we can have other initiatives. That is what you can see in the upper part, the right-hand side, and that they might be building their own interface by using the same APIs, building services, technical services that will connect to the backend, and then others that will use directly the API without having used or without using any part of the services, of course. Just the last slide before the contact is those are some of the upcoming services. So we have the ICTs 49. They started in 2021, if I'm correct. They will be providing services on matchmaking, Earth observation, energy planning, cyber physical system, and EDIHs. So those are 6 of the upcoming projects that they have been working for a long time, and we are cooperating with them very, very tightly from AIforEurope. We will be providing some of the services that will be on the platform. We are scouting the academic and the innovation community to find some of them, some that we can see reproducibility, benchmarking, for upskilling, also connecting or bringing ADA as a service of the AI on demand as well, the AI doctoral program. But there are a lot more that will come also from your projects or from the community at large. So one of the things that is important is that we align all together this vision of the AI on demand that is also part of your projects, and you are also part of the AI on demand, the same way that AIforEurope is, to try to converge all together to this platform to make it more robust and more efficient for all of us. So just last slide. If you have any question, I will be happy to answer. We have this coordination.AIOD CSA. You can send an email. It will be directed to Barry, myself, and Tanvir. So if you have any point, and from there, if there is any technical or communications or something, we will derive to the right part, to the right working groups that they will be available in the webpage anyway in the upcoming weeks as well, so the people will be able to join. There is also a forum that you can ask any question or that I guess that you should join just to keep an eye on what is happening there in case you want to do something with the AI on demand. So thanks very much. It was my pleasure to talk to you today. Thank you.
Thank you, Gabriel, and thank you, Barry, for presenting the AIforEurope project and also the AI on demand platform. So as you understood, the Adra-e project and AIforEurope project both are together sort of a transversal thing which are going to support these 40 projects. And as Gabriel mentioned, that we've also circulated this survey prior to the event to understand a bit more about the preliminary expectations of the projects and how the cooperation can be installed moving forward. And we will continue to cooperate with you to understand how these two projects can collectively contribute towards the collective goal of improving the AI data and robotics ecosystem. Moving on, we have the next presentation on the European Digital Innovation Hubs. Our presenter, Matthias from DG Connect, will be sharing information on the state of the art of these hubs in connection with the digital program. So as you might be already aware that these networks of the EDIH collectively intend to sort of act as an instrument to support the regional ecosystems in Europe. We'll be learning more about how the regional landscape will come into the picture, in addition to these pan-European initiatives that we've already learned about. So let's learn it from Matthias. Matthias, you have the floor now.
Thank you, Tanvir, for the introduction. Good morning, everybody. I hope you can see my slides and hear me. I would like to present you our European Digital Innovation Hubs concept, which is at the first place meant to support.
Matthias, we can't see your slides.
Ah, okay.
Something else.
Try it again. Oops.
Yes,
okay.
Perfect.
Okay, thanks. Yes, European Digital Innovation Hubs. Not meant in the first place to support the community, meant in the first place to support SMEs in their digital transformation. That's our main goal in the unit A4 within DG Connect, supporting businesses in their digital transformation. And our main tool for that are the European Digital Innovation Hubs. We have invented this concept already 2016 in the context of Horizon 2020, but what's now on the plate is the new network of European digital innovation hubs that we will fund within the Digital Europe program. And the difference is here that we are now really focusing on a continuous support of SMEs across Europe, across all regions. And this is one part of different capacities that we want to build within this Digital Europe program. You already have heard about other capacities like the test and experimentation facilities, and also this network of European Digital Innovation Hubs will be open to every SME in Europe and not only to participants that are part of a project. That's maybe first of all important, that this is really a shift in capacity building from what we have done in the past. And what we are doing is what we have done now already for several years, to set up hubs that support SMEs with different offerings in their digitization process. Often it starts with some webinars or awareness raising programs so that SMEs better understand the possibilities they have with digital technologies. And then the main tool in the past was test before invest. This means that each of the digital innovation hubs offers to SMEs the possibility to try out technologies that they think are useful for their business, and that they can try out these technologies without investing already in it. And this lowers the barriers to do this digital transformation. And they will also be supported in this process by the knowledge of each hub. If then the SME has identified tools, digital tools that they want to invest in, the digital innovation hubs also
If I'm not mistaken, I think we've lost Matthias.
Yeah, I think so.
Nicolo?
Yeah, I think we lost him, man. So there's really not much that we can do.
Jem from the EC, I'm trying to contact him via Skype to tell him.
So I'm back. Can you hear me?
Yeah,
Yes, Matthias.
yeah, we can hear you.
Sorry, I didn't realize that I was kicked out. Try to share my screen again. Okay. So, well, now but the problem is I don't know when I was kicked out. But well, let me say where we are in the process of establishing this European network of digital innovation hubs. We had a call that had deadline in February of this year, and we are currently preparing the grant agreements for 136 EDIHs that will be funded within this first call of the Digital Europe program. And in parallel, we have a second call open to fill the gaps that we have identified after this first call. And we see also some initiatives in member states where member states say they want to fund additional hubs is their own budget, and this is then also supported by us in the context of the network of European Digital Innovation Hubs, as long as these candidates are selected in our evaluation as appropriate. As I said, 136 grant agreements are currently in preparation. Some of them have already started. I think currently we have 30 grant agreements signed. More to come in the next weeks. And as you can see on this slide, we already have a good coverage across Europe. But you can also see that we still have some gaps. For example, if you look at France, they are not all regions are currently covered. This is the reason why we currently have this second call open. And as I said, each EDIH will have technological focus and a sectorial focus. One condition in the call was that per member states, at least one hub must be specialized in AI. So due to the call conditions, it was already clear that we will have many hubs that are focused on AI. But also, if you look at what's currently happening, I think it's very obvious that many hubs will have to address this technology. And we have also other technologies that are part of Adra that are listed here separately. We also have hubs that directly address big data, which is of course very close in robotics. And with that, we cover a lot of the relevant technologies for SMEs within Europe, but it's clear that each hub has a different specialization. So if one hub addresses an EDIH in his region, and this EDIH is then, for example, specialized not in the demand technology, let's say robotics in the manufacturing domain, then the hub can connect to another EDIH that is more experienced in this technology and will guide the SME to these hub or other resources that may be appropriate to test out these technologies that the SME wants to apply for his business domain. And when we look at the map, you see that not only the hubs themselves are good distributed across Europe. Also, the hubs that are specialized on artificial intelligence are widely distributed across Europe. So more or less in every region, you also have a hub that is focused on the AI. We still have to see what this means. I mean, AI is, of course, as you know, a broad topic. So we will differentiate in the future a bit more what this specialization is about to better understand who's really top EDIH in terms of this or that technology. And then it will be the role of the network to connect these specializations. The next slide is about the sectorial coverage. Here you see that we have the big topic manufacturing, which is of course important for European industries and also for SMEs, but we also have a lot of EDIHs that cover healthcare and agriculture. Here it's not so evenly distributed as for manufacturing, but also I think it addresses the demands in the region. And what we have now also established in this new Digital Euro program is a focus on the public sector activities. So some of the hubs will directly focus how they can support public administrations in the digital transformation. And well, this is of course important for the administrations themselves, but we see it also important for businesses, for their processes with governments, which would be also easier if they are more digitized than they are now. And you now have this huge map of these different hubs. And in the end, I think it will be around 200 hubs within this network of European Digital Innovation Hub. And you might question, well, how do I best address the hub that's relevant for me? And there we have a support action. This is called the Digital Transformation Accelerator. They help us to integrate all these hubs really into a network and also provide us with a mapping of the different specializations within the network, and could also be your contact point if you want to address these network of European Digital Innovation Hubs that can help you to make your resources either resources that you have developed AI tools, or that you are part of an AI test experimentation facilities, to make them better visible to SMEs that may be customers for such a solution. Because we see these European Digital Innovation Hubs as intermediaries. They of course have also knowledge on their own, but their role is also to be an intermediary to even more specialized research organizations or other capacities that we will build within the Digital Euro program. And if such high developed skills are necessary, then the EDIH also has to know whom they should address. And therefore it's good that we have CSAs like AIforEurope, which then is kind of counterpart. And we saw this map which Gabriel showed, which is a good overview, but if an SME looks at that map, maybe it's a bit confused, and therefore, yeah, we see the EDIHs as a guide that helps the SMEs to better understand where he gets what in this broad landscape of digital transformation and AI support mechanisms. And if you see what services our Digital Transformation Accelerator will provide, you have an overview where you see that it's also about matchmaking. It's not only matchmaking between the different hubs, it's also matchmaking with other ecosystems. Some of them are, of course, the AI ecosystems that were mentioned, but we also have other initiatives within the European Commission, like the European Enterprise Network, that also addresses the SMEs in their transformation process. And the role of the DTA will be to make the connections, to better understand who's focused on what, and then provide a seamless access for SMEs to these offerings. And yeah, this I have already told. We see EDIH is also as a multiplier to widely diffuse these capacities that we will build in the Digital Era program. So, for example, HPC centers, but also, of course, the AI on demand platform and the AI test and experimentation facilities. And here I have one slide where you can see on the left-hand side the SME that approaches the EDIH, and then the EDIH step by step will have to decide what elements that we have in our measures is the right one to really provide the support that it's needed in each step of the digital transformation of an SME, because the EDIHs will accompany SMEs on a journey. We have this network of European digital innovation hubs now for the next 7 years. The role of the EDIH is really to see different steps in time. Where are the SMEs in their digital transformation process? Also measure where is how much has the digital maturity evolved due to these measures, and by that also over time get a better impression what measures really help SMEs and are appropriate for their demands, and by that also help you in the application of your technologies by giving you feedback how good they were used and how good they really supported the SME in what they wanted to develop. And with this mix of approaching the demands from a more generalistic perspective up to really high specialized resources, we think we can address really a broad demand that we see from all the different SMEs that we have in Europe with different sizes, different sectors that they address. It's really a broad landscape, but this network is our spider that wants to connect all these and bring them together to a strong network, also in the sense that SMEs can be part of a value network that needs strong partners on the one hand on the sectorial domain, on the other hand on the technology domain. And yeah, so with the EDIHs, we provide the necessary connections to really make these networks workable. And with that, we think we can really give the digital transformation and also the AI application a push in Europe. Well, this was my presentation of the network of European Digital Innovation Hubs that's coming up now. And I now hand back to Viviane.
Yes, thank you very much, Matthias, for presenting the digital innovation hubs and explaining especially how to liaise with the hubs. Now, Nicolo, could I please ask you to share our first question poll?
It should be on the screen.
Perfect. So our question is, what do you think is holding back organizations from adopting ADR technologies? So please answer the poll, and we will see the answers at the end of the webinar. Now I suggest we take a 10-minute break, and we'll be back at 11:10 to hear a bit about all the 38 projects that are left and that we want to hear the presentations. So please stay tuned, and we will be right back. Thank you.
Thank you, Viviane.
welcome back to our lunch event. I hope you enjoyed the first part of the webinar and you enjoyed also our short break. We are now going to hear about the projects of the call Human 0101, Verifiable, Robustness, Energy Efficiency and Transparency for Trustworthy AI, Scientific Excellence, Boosting Industrial Competitiveness. So we have 9 projects which are going to give their pitches. So we have AutoFair, Enexa, Evenfloor, Rexazi Pro, Safe Explain, SustainML, Talon, Tapples, and Ultimate. So Nicola, if you could please share with us the videos.
Hello, and welcome to Human Compatible Artificial Intelligence with Guarantees, the short introduction to the Horizon Europe project. Our objectives within the project are threefold. First, we wish to develop a comprehensive and flexible framework for the certification of fairness, both in terms of a priori guarantees on certain measures of fairness that are achieved within the training process, as well as a post hoc, comprehensible but thorough presentation of the trade-offs involved in the design of AI pipelines, and in particular existing AI pipelines. Throughout, we wish to see user in the loop in this interaction among the AI systems, their developers and users, and inform the users thoroughly in regards to the possible choices and their effects. Finally, we wish to develop a range of open source toolkits for the identification of various types of bias, their compensation, and visualizing the trade-offs. We envision that this would have a range of impacts, both quite general and within the specific areas covered by our 3 use cases. In general, we hope that the open source toolkits will spur companies to detect biases in-house and third-party researchers to detect biases in publicly available data. More broadly, it could also remove some of the risks in terms of violations of the European regulation of artificial intelligence, and thus make European businesses more likely to use AI and be more efficient. Within the use cases, we, for instance, wish to improve the fairness in hiring through working with Workable, the world-leading HR automation platform. Finally, at the public engagement level, we hope for a better public understanding of AI, improved policy recommendations, and a cohort of early career researchers trained to focus on fairness aspects of AI.
Hello everyone, my name is Axel Gonga. I am the coordinator of the project Enexa. Our goal is to devise efficient, explainable machine learning algorithms for knowledge graphs. The rationale behind our project is that current algorithms for machine learning on knowledge graphs fail to abide by the idiosyncrasies of real-world knowledge graphs. Our ambition is hence to develop explainable machine learning algorithms for real-world large-scale knowledge graphs with a focus on human-centered explanations. The objectives is to develop a series of techniques that will allow us to learn on large-scale knowledge graphs, and these include tensor-based storage solutions for storing these large knowledge graphs, diffusible reasoners for dealing with the inconsistencies found in large-scale knowledge graph, scalable embedding techniques to be able to run black box machine learning algorithms, as well as hybrid machine learning techniques which will use both structured information and embedded information to scale to the magnitude of large-scale knowledge graphs, one of our most important goals is to develop a co-constructive explanation model which will allow us to construct explanations that are useful. Our impact is foreseen to be as follows. First of all, we want to participate in developing world-class explainable AIs in Europe. Especially, we aim to scale through the use of tensors and to be robust by using divisibility in reasoning. We also aim to participate in developing advanced explainable AI techniques, especially by providing formal guarantees with respect to the completeness and correctness of the algorithms which we will develop, and of course by developing co-constructive explanations for machine learning on knowledge graphs. A wider impact obviously foresees human-centered developments in AI. We aim to empower all citizens to act in a digital transformation by providing them with explanations for machine learning algorithms, and obviously the way we will explain these algorithms will allow us to strengthen the alignment of research with European values.
Evenflow, robust learning and reasoning for complex event forecasting. The ability to detect critical situations of special significance in event-based streaming input before they actually occur is crucial for delivering proactive intelligent solutions in science and industry. Discovering patterns of such situations and learning to forecast their future occurrences in a transparent fashion that includes humans in the loop is a challenging task that calls for combinations of deep learning methods with symbolic knowledge-driven techniques. Evenflow aims to develop such hybrid algorithms for building neurosymbolic event forecasting models grounded on formal verification methods for dealing with the brittleness of neural event detectors and made possible at scale via novel federated training and incremental model construction techniques. The approach envisioned in Evenflow combines sophisticated neural learning methods capable of capturing regularities in perception level input with symbolic learning and reasoning methods for abstracting such regularities into high-level interpretable event patterns. Such patterns are used to emit explainable forecasts on incoming data, while feedback acquired over time is used to constantly retrain the neurosymbolic model in an online learning loop. Evenflow will be evaluated on 3 challenging use cases from the domains of oncological forecasting, where the purpose will be to forecast events related to critical stages in tumor evolution, Industry 4.0, where the goal will be to forecast incidents related to the smooth operation of automated guided vehicles in smart factory environments, and infrastructure lifecycle assessment, aiming to forecast damages in urban water pipe networks. Evenflow is expected to be impactful in several respects. From a scientific perspective, it will break new ground in integrating neural, symbolic, and statistical AI techniques. Also, robust and timely event forecasting may be used to optimize processes and implement proactive decision-making, thus resulting in enterprise solutions capable of significantly reducing costs. Finally, Evenflow's research may also have an important societal impact by increasing patients' life expectancy and quality of life via oncological forecasting and resulting in safer and more efficient processes in Industry 4.0. Thank you for your attention.
Good morning. I'm Cristiano Carlevaro, Managing Director of Spindox Labs. Today, I'm here in the role of coordinator of Robotics project to tell you what the project is about. First, the project consortium consists of 5 companies such as Spindox Labs, Vue Research, iTech, WUAV Autosystem Hoovering Solution, and Aeronet Consulting, and 5 research institutes such as CNR, DFKI, King's College London, Università di Sevilla e Scuola Universitaria Professionale della Svizzera Italiana. The project idea is about the design of a novel framework in which safety, security, ethics, and explainability are entangled to develop a trustworthy artificial intelligence swarm solution. The framework will make a trustworthy collaboration among a swarm formed by autonomous wheelchair and flying robots to allow a seamless door-to-door experience for people with reduced mobility. The main objectives of the project are 3. Objective 1, trustworthy by construction. We will design a new human-centric solution based on imitation learning and adaptation of bio-inspired solutions to develop trustworthy by construction AI systems. Objective 2, robust, safe, secure, and reliable AI-based autonomous wheelchair. It will provide a formal demonstration of reliability of the fleet. Specifically, we will focus on making trustworthy of the following aspects: planning algorithms, obstacle detection and avoidance, communication among swarms. Objective 3, green AI solution. We will develop two novel solutions: an AI-based orchestrator layer for managing the fleet of AI-based swarm and a topology-based dataset optimization for machine learning algorithm. The impact of Exassi Pro is to deliver a new trustworthy AI framework. This framework will enable the collaboration among swarms formed by autonomous wheelchair and flying robots to enable a seamless door-to-door experience for people with reduced mobility. This goal will result in benefits for the people, their families, caregivers, scientific community, industry, and environment, creating a scientific, economic, technological, and social benefit.
The increasing autonomy of critical real-time systems pushes for the adoption of AI-based solutions, but the certification and qualification of AI-based systems against functional safety standards is an open challenge. Safe Explain, short of Safe and Explainable Critical Embedded Systems based on AI, will tackle this challenge. I'm Jaume Abella from the Barcelona Supercomputing Center, and I will coordinate Safe Explain for the following 3 years. Critical autonomous systems rely on artificial intelligence. This is true in many domains, including automotive, space, railways, avionics, and others. Those systems must undergo certification or qualification processes. But artificial intelligence is at odds with functional safety certification and qualification processes. The lack of explainability, traceability, the data-dependent software, and the stochastic nature of AI clash with the certification and qualification processes. Our ambition, the ambition of Safe Explain, is architecting deep learning solutions enabling certification and qualification of these types of systems, making them explainable and traceable by construction while preserving high performance. And we will do it tailoring solution to varying safety requirements by means of different safety patterns. Safe Explain will provide scientific and technical solutions to the European industry that enable fully autonomous critical systems. This includes cars, trains, satellites, but also planes and robots, with certified and economically viable solutions. This will bring increased efficiency of critical autonomous systems because safe deep learning solutions reduce emissions, up to 80% for different types of vehicles according to informed predictions. This ultimately will allow European critical autonomous systems industry to benefit from deep learning functionalities and remain competitive in the future, while still being trustable. We have an amazing challenge in front of us. Follow us on social media and also on our website. Thank you very much.
SustainML is a new European project framed in the New Horizon Europe AI and Robotics, aimed to move the current artificial intelligence state-of-the-art to a more sustainable and ecological scenario. We aim to develop a design framework and an associated toolkit that will foster energy efficiency throughout the whole life cycle of machine learning applications. This will provide a new sustainable and interactive machine learning platform that will be easily accessible and focus on advocating energy efficiency and reducing CO2 footprint. This European project is coordinated by eProsima and counts with the participation of organizations with great AI expertise and long experience in European projects such as DFKI, TU Kaiserslautern, University of Copenhagen, Inria, IBM, and UPMEM. Now, let's take a look into the main objectives aimed for the SustainML project. Model and adapt to the requirements of specific machine learning applications. Resource-aware optimization methods based on models from previous objectives. Footprint and AI-based transparent interactive design assistance that guides the developers through the entire process. Collection of efficient methods and calls as catalogs and libraries of energy-optimized parameterized machine learning models. And dedicated toolchain implementation. In conclusion, We envision a sustainable, interactive machine learning framework development for green AI that will comprehensively prioritize and advocate energy efficiency across the entire life cycle of an application and avoid AI waste. The main impacts expected by this project along the machine learning community are: first, reduce waste through the entire AI lifecycle and lower global consumption of data centers. Use AI to optimize resource consumption in all industry sectors, without AI being a major CO2 emission. Allow especially SMEs, private enthusiasts, NGOs and individual innovators to develop and use AI in a sustainable way. Cultivate trust in AI for the public and insight into AI for non-experts. And spread new technologies and hardware that can offer a sustainable alternative to current hardware.
Hello everybody, this is Susanna Bonura from Engineering Informatica, and I'm here today as the coordinator of the Datalon Consortium to tell you what our project is about. However, before to get started, I would like just to spend a few words regarding the consortium itself, which is composed by 4 leading European universities, 4 multinational technology and software industry and technology providers, 7 European RTD performing SMEs, and 1 research institution. Talon aims at capturing the road towards the next industrial revolution by developing a fully automated artificial intelligence architecture capable of bringing intelligence near the edge. Our objectives are to enable zero-touch deployment and operation, to reduce the energy footprint of the whole AI network, to guarantee high-level security and privacy in heterogeneous application environments, to efficiently assess and boost the AI edge-to-cloud performance, to enable reusability of datasets, algorithms, metrics, and models, to present an AI theoretical framework, and finally to boost the explainability and transparency of the AI approach. Overall, we truly believe that Talon has a significant impact in Industry 5.0 by increasing the explainability and regulatory compliance of complex AI systems. Moreover, Talon will enable a new way of autonomous high-performance AI systems which are based on the deployment of smart objects. It will boost the environmental performance and transformation of European enterprises that leverages AI as part of their industrial application. Talon will have a positive impact on industrial adopters and users of AI technology through enabling them to fully leverage the benefits of AI edge computing. And finally, the project's socially aware approach to AI will facilitate enterprises in their technology transformation journey through the development of systems that work and respect always human rights and needs.
The TOPL project focuses on planning and scheduling, which is central to many problems of interest to government, businesses, and industry. An example is manufacturing an aircraft, which requires scheduling thousands of tasks under complex constraints. The aim of TOPLs is to enable the development of trustworthy planning and scheduling systems, that is, systems that are safe, meaning that they must not lead to undesirable situations, robust, meaning that they are insensitive to irrelevant changes and quickly adapt to relevant ones, explainable, meaning they should produce easily understandable solutions and justify why they were chosen over alternatives, and efficient, so as to solve significant real-world problems. Unfortunately, current planning and scheduling do not satisfy these properties, and our ambition is to remedy this. Concretely, our objectives are first to develop hybrid methods for planning and scheduling, which combine the scalability and modeling power of data-driven approaches, such as supervised or reinforcement learning, with the transparency, robustness, and safety of model-based approaches such as search and combinatorial optimization. Second, we want to develop methods for verifying the safety and robustness of the plans learned by data-driven or hybrid methods, in particular when these plans are represented by neural networks. Current methods for verifying neural nets typically consider single decisions, whereas for planning and scheduling, we need to verify a sequence of interacting decisions, which is much more challenging. Third, we want to develop rigorous methods capable of explaining plans produced to a user Again, this is challenging. There is currently a lot of work on explanations in AI, but these tend to focus on individual decisions and tend to lack rigor or efficiency. Finally, we want to demonstrate our new methods on 5 case studies, ranging from aircraft manufacturing to smart energy system via sports quad management. In terms of impact, we will deliver the Topple toolkits, which will provide open source implementations of some of our new methods within the Scikit-Beside library. It will also provide test environments based on our case studies and a self-assessment tool to evaluate the trustworthiness of systems and methods. In the medium term, the expected outcomes are a host of economical, environmental, and societal benefits, especially in the 5 sectors of our case studies, such as reduced costs, delays, energy consumption, reduced stress, and many others. And in the longer term, we hope that planning and scheduling systems will be sufficiently trusted to be widely adopted in many sectors, which will unlock staggering benefits. Thanks for listening.
Welcome to the presentation of Ultimate, which means multi-level trustworthiness to improve the adoption of hybrid artificial intelligence. This project is coordinated by Thales Research and Technology France. The Ultimate Consortium consists of 2 industrials, 3 research centers, 3 SMEs, and 1 academic participant. About a decade ago, artificial intelligence, AI, appeared as very promising. Today, only a minority of AI applications reaches an industrial-grade level. Ultimate intends to improve the adoption of hybrid AI through a 3-stage approach that significantly increases trustworthiness. The first objective consists in carefully designing and developing data representation and visualization models, but also proposing innovative architectures for this novel hybrid AI algorithm. The second one aims at defining rigorous evaluation tooled-up methodologies that make this algorithm respecting given required AI qualities such as robustness, explainability, or privacy. The last one reinforces trustworthiness by implementing the developed algorithm in industrial environments and assessing their performance within the whole system. Following this stepwise approach will significantly improve the product trustworthiness, considering ethics all along the defined lifecycle. Regarding the expected impacts, Ultimate will advance the knowledge on the design, development, evaluation, and deployment of production-grade hybrid AI. Secondly, it will also go beyond some existing standards in order to cover AI system trustworthiness more adequately. As the third impact, the project will ensure that AI development and implementation is human-centric and is a force for good in society. Finally, Ultimate will support the creation of high-quality jobs where humans are making informed decisions using AI outputs rather than simply executing tasks they don't understand. This is the Ultimate project. Thank you for your attention.
Thank you for playing the videos, Nicolo. Well, I hope you were able to sort of get the whole high-level overview of the 9 projects that we just presented as part of the 2-minute video presentation. Before we move on to the next set, I would request Nicolo, my colleague, to present the second poll that we have, the poll question. I guess you already have it on your screens. We can now move forward to the next set of projects, which is these 4 projects that we have on screen from Human 0124 call. The call topic and the projects focus on tackling issues such as gender, race, and other biases in AI. In a sense, these projects will develop and test AI systems to detect, prevent, and mitigate bias in AI. So as you can see, there are these 4 projects: Equitas, Bias, FindHR, Mammoth. So let's go ahead and check out the introduction videos. Nicolo, can I request you to please play the videos back to back?
Yeah, just 1 second.
Of course.
Hello, let me pitch the Horizon Europe Research and Innovation Action Project Equitas. My name is Roberta Calegari, I'm from the University of Bologna, and I have the honor and the pleasure to coordinate this project. Equitas stands for Assessment and Engineering of Equitable, Unbiased, Impartial and Trustworthy AI System, and in a nutshell, it is a project providing a service for practicalize and test fairness in AI application. But before starting, let me spend a few words about the consortium itself. Equitas Consortium consists of 16 partners, and it is built to ensure the multidisciplinary skills needed to hit its goal, maximizing impacts and stakeholders' involvement at the European level. The consortium includes 5 higher education and research institutions, 3 big companies, 1 SMEs and a competence center in ICT, and 6 associations and think tanks representing and studying various groups and aspects that are crucial for tackling fairness in AI. The aim of Equitas is to address and tackle the multiple manifestations of bias and unfairness in AI, proposing an open controlled experimentation environment to test fairness via controlled experiments. Fairness is one of the main principles of trustworthy AI promoted at European level, but how this principle translates into technical, functional, social and lawful requirement in the AI system design is still an open question. Equitas will answer this question by providing a controlled testing and experimentation environment for assessing existing AI systems from the perspective of fairness, providing mitigation and reparation technique for the detected bias when possible, and providing fairness by design methodologies to design new AI systems. Real use cases in the healthcare, human research, and social disadvantaged group domains will be exploited for the design and the validation of the service. Overall, we strongly believe Equitas will foster the overreaching principle and broad notion of AI fairness and will raise social awareness about bias in AI. Releasing Equitas both as a service integrated in the AI on-demand platform and as an on-premise tool will increase the availability and deployment of unbiased AI solutions. Digital equality and social inclusion will be enhanced by providing fair AI-based solutions for the use cases included in the project. Finally, one of the main impacts of the project is to raise awareness, knowledge and skills about trustworthy, bias-free and socially responsible AI in the industry and scientific community.
Hello and welcome to this presentation. My name is Roger Sora. I'm an associate professor at the Norwegian University of Science and Technology, and I'm also the PI of the Bias Project, where we are investigating how we can mitigate diversity biases of AI in the labor market. Bias is a 4-year research and innovation action project with 9 partners and 9 different European countries. It will start the 1st of November 2022 and will research bias by both humans and natural language processing based AI systems used in the labor market for example, recruitment, human research management, promotion, and/or disciplinary proceedings. So why do we need a project like Bias? Extensive research has shown that the labor market shows strong discrimination and exclusion practices, for example, for recruitment and promotion based on gender, age, race, class, and other intersecting backgrounds. The purpose of the Bias Project is to investigate how we can ensure that artificial intelligence used in the workforce does not reproduce existing biases or create any new biases. We will also investigate how AI can be used to better include workers with diverse backgrounds. And the Bias Project will investigate these issues by 3 different project activities. We will study AI use from social science and humanities perspectives with ethnographic interviews with AI developers, employment managers, and employees, with co-creation workshops with stakeholders on how to build better AI. Secondly, we will develop bias identification and bias mitigation AI modules based on natural language processing and case-based reasoning. And thirdly, we will have capacity building for AI and human research management community on addressing bias both by humans and machines. The 9 partners of the Bias Consortium consists of 4 universities, the Norwegian University of Science and Technology, Bern University of Applied Sciences, University of Iceland, and Leiden University, with 2 industry partners, DigioTouch and Farplus, and 2 communication partners, CrowdHelix and Loba, and with 1 independent research unit and consultancy, Smart Venice. I look forward to learning more about the other projects, and please contact me if you have any questions about the BIAS project. Thank you.
Hello, I would like to present the project Finder. Finder stands for Fairness and Intersectional Non-Discrimination in Human Recommendation. Our project is in the field of algorithmic hiring, that is, the usage of artificial intelligence for sourcing and assessment of job candidates. Our project has three fundamental objectives. The main one is the development of anti-discrimination algorithm, and that includes methods for discrimination risk detection and measurement, methods for fairness-aware ranking and interventions, and methods for providing interpretability to multiple stakeholders. Then, the project also seeks to develop methods and frameworks, including a risk assessment and auditing framework, an equality monitoring protocol, and a series of software development guidelines for anti-discrimination artificial intelligence. Last but not least, the project will also develop and deploy anti-discrimination training, including theory, case studies, and data analysis. What we envision for the impact of this project is, first, that we would like to have more representation of normally underrepresented people in the design of this algorithmic framework, algorithmic fairness frameworks and guidelines. We also would like to provide better solutions for detecting and mitigating biases, particularly in algorithmic hiring systems, but also in other areas where there is human recommendation. And we will deploy and make available open courseware with training materials for a wide range of professionals, including computer scientists, software developers, and human resources experts.
Hello, I'm Simeon Papadopoulos, Principal Researcher at Certify in Greece and Coordinator of the Mammoth project. Mammoth is one of the research and innovation actions under Topic Human 124, namely tackling gender, race, and other biases in AI. The project stands for multi-attribute, multimodal bias mitigation in AI systems. In a nutshell, the project aims to develop a number of open methods and tools that help AI researchers, data scientists, and developers in their efforts to analyze and mitigate bias when they develop AI-based systems and applications. The project results will be integrated and pilot tested in 3 use cases, and a number of promising approaches will be open sourced and integrated in popular existing libraries such as AI Fairness 360. The project has set 2 sets of objectives. At the first level, the project aims to conduct research and develop methods that address gaps in existing solutions. For instance, it aims to redefine bias on the basis of multiple characteristics instead of a single attribute. At the second level, the project aims to bring its results into the communities at risk of exclusion and discrimination, and also to generate impact through its use cases and through making the results as widely available as possible. Mammoth aims at increased availability and deployment of unbiased and bias-preventing AI solutions. It also aims at enhancing the digital equality and social inclusion of a number of underrepresented groups. It aims to involve these groups into the design, development, training, and deployment of AI. And last but not least, it aims to increase awareness, knowledge, and skills on trustworthy, bias-free, and socially responsible AI in the tech industry and scientific community. We are a consortium of 12 partners located in 11 countries in Europe, and we look forward to working on the challenges on the project. Thank you.
Thank you for these very interesting videos. Nicolo, could you please put up our third poll? Okay, so question number 3 is, which solutions can enhance intelligent robots? Okay, so once you have answered, we'll move on to our next session, which concerns called Digital Emerging 0109. So it's on AI, data, and robotics for the Green Deal. Climate change and environmental degradation are an existential threat to Europe and the world. To overcome these challenges, the European Green Deal aims at transforming the EU into a modern, resource-efficient and competitive economy, ensuring, for instance, no net emissions of greenhouse gases by 2050. So now we have 9 projects that are part of this call and that will share with us how they can provide solution and explain how they can directly contribute to the European Green Deal. Nicolas, if you could please put up the videos.
Hello, I'm Jesus Benedicto, the coordinator of Alchemia project. This new H2020 project started in September this year and will be finished in August 2025. Alchemia stands for Data and Decentralized Artificial Intelligence for a Competitive and Green European Metallurgy Industry and focuses on energy-intensive industries embedded in many strategic value chains, make up more than half of the energy consumption of the European industry, and in which it is crucial to reduce their CO2 intensity for meeting the objectives of the Green Deal. Alchemia addresses specifically the challenge of the steel sector, creating an innovative system that automates and optimizes the production process dynamically, with a holistic approach that includes scrap recycling and steelmaking. For that, Alchemia aims to build a platform based on federated and continual learning to help big European metallurgy industries to take advantage of the full potential of AI, to support the needed transformations to create high-quality, competitive, efficient, and green production processes. The developed system will be used for prognostic optimization of the mix of input materials changed in the furnaces to obtain a certain product quality while reducing the environmental impact and the energy consumption of the process. The main objective is to implement a decentralized AI and data solution to support the strategy towards the green transition of big metallurgy industries, avoiding central data lakes and based on local adaptation, transfer, and continual learning. Regarding the expected strategic impact, it covers economic and technological aspects and focuses on developing AI-based tools for industrial environments to foster circularity and reduce the carbon footprint. This will be achieved building a new platform based on federated and continual learning paradigms to support data-driven and first-principle models that allows to assure high-quality, competitive, efficient, and green production processes. Also, optimize the processes of energy-intensive industries by reducing their environmental impact, in particular in terms of energy consumption, greenhouse gas emissions, and waste generation, as well as to provide mechanisms to reduce production costs by improving model-based plant control and regulation. The solution provided will also favor the application of AI-based modeling and optimization solutions for the Green Deal in many industrial sectors, increasing confidence and trust, and allow collaboration since the human factor is relevant for Alchemia in order to guarantee the highest level of trust, safety, and seamless collaboration between workers and AI-powered industrial solutions. For more information, you can follow us on social media or contact us directly. Thank you for your attention.
The growth of the poor human population, the advent of resource shortages and environmental difficulties are forcing all industrial sector to face sustainability issues more than ever. Due to its high consumption of natural resources, food industries represent one of the main sectors requiring a long-term vision to manage sustainability. The need to guide the sector towards a green transition is pushed by a strong emphasis on improving the environmental and social sustainability of its activity, products and processes, leveraging also on digital transition. Clarus aims to take advantage of data and artificial-based solution to solve specific problems at a different phase of the production service life cycle that can help the manufacturing industry, especially in the food domain, to achieve a green transition. The focus is on the development of of a smart resource distribution system to address the challenges of reduction of resource consumption, such as water, energy, plastic waste for food processing, and smart logistic distribution to optimize the byproduct production processes. The Clarus architecture is based on a modular approach that provides enhanced flexibility for easy development and deployment of AI-based industrial solutions, linked to agile manufacturing with a much smaller impact on the environment. Clarus project is strictly related to the European Green Deal program. To demonstrate its impact, the Clarus project will provide 3 tangible expected outcomes: methods, tools, and data used to calculate a Green Deal index that will be applied to different dimensional scale, companies, cities, countries, or processes, allowing to have a complete measure of how complete with the Green Deal they are. A data space, including FAIR data model and industrial data platform tools that are developed and deployed for edge data management, cloud data management, and data harmonization, transformation, and sharing. Populated data models that are open access are included in the data space for open innovation further exploitation. The principle of data sovereignty will govern the B2B data space and guarantee confidentiality and privacy preservation. Finally, Clarus will provide an artificial intelligence toolkit, including the AI algorithms and the training models that are developed, tested, and validated in the project.
Hi, in this video I'm gonna introduce the project DARO that has been granted by the European Commission and that is running since September 2022. In the last years, the wastewater sector has been going through a deep transformation. Today, compounds in wastewater, such as organic matter, nitrogen or phosphorus, rather than pollutants, are seen as resources that, if recovered, can lead to produce biogas and fertilizers. The result is that energy efficiency, biogas production, and nutrient recovery start to become a priority in the daily operation of wastewater treatment plants, which also replaced the traditional name by water resource recovery facilities. The underlying belief behind this project is that data-driven AI solutions can accelerate this transformation. To this end, DARO proposes an ecosystem of AI software services whose goal is to bring into wastewater treatment plants the 3 following decision support features: data augmentation and data enrichment services to improve the quality and quantity of available data, real-time control services through reinforcement learning techniques, and optimal recommendation services for operators from a plant-wide perspective. With this project, we want to give evidence of how the adoption of AI can assist in optimizing the operation of wastewater treatment plants by saving energy consumption, by improving the quality of water discharges, and by increasing the recovery of water resources. Equally important, with DARO, we also want to leverage trust in AI by following a user-centered approach that will engage plant operators during the development of the technical solution. Finally, the DARO solution will be validated in Tilburg Wastewater Treatment Plant, one of the largest facilities in the Netherlands. Our expectation is to make this plant a world reference in terms of usability of AI. For more details, please contact me. Thanks.
With 43% of the EU covered by forests and woodland, their well-being has to be a top priority. We would like to move away from clear cuts towards more sustainable forestry, but forestry decision support data lacks the necessary precision and scale. In our project DigiForest, we aim to close that gap by deploying a heterogeneous team of robots to autonomously gather data and create precise maps for analytics and decision support systems, as well as automated harvesting. To achieve this vision, we have assembled a consortium with the necessary skills regarding mobile robots as well as forestry. It's led by TUM, and we have NTNU, the University of Bonn, Silvere, MOOC, ETH Zurich, WSL, Hexagon, Leica, and the University of Oxford. We have structured the project around 4 ambitions. First, gathering data with autonomous legged robots and drones. Second, precision mapping using that gathered data, which then feeds a third element, that is analytics and decision support systems. And finally, the use of all of these to enable automatic logging. Regarding autonomous robots and respective algorithms, ETH and NTNU bring their expertise from the DARPA Sub-T challenge, both regarding flying as well as legged systems. Leica is contributing their professional BLK LiDAR sensors and mapping expertise. Oxford, Bonn and also TUM have shown dense and semantic mapping in various environments, in the forest as well as in the streets, down to instance level and moving objects as well. Silvere already offers mapping and forestry decision support tools from above canopy flights, and also WSL has a plethora of forestry assisting software readily at hand. Finally, we are building on ETH's expertise in heavy-duty machinery by adapting a harvester together with Moog for automated logging. We are expecting a direct impact on forest inventories with high-resolution and tree-level data at scale that includes a temporal dimension to assess growth and carbon stock. Second, we aim to impact forest management by providing the decision support basis towards more sustainable forestry, as well as detection of potential risks regarding insect damage and wind throw. Then we plan to impact logging by offering automation which should ultimately reduce cost, harvesting losses and damage to the environment, also thanks to the lower weight harvesting robots that can reduce soil compaction. And finally, we expect cross-fertilization into related fields like precision agriculture.
Hello, my name is Henry Moy, and I'm head of R&D at Link Poland. The Greener project is aimed at improving waste management through an AI-powered detection system of batteries using data from X-ray detectors and pick-and-place robots. The project started in 1st of September 2022, last month, and runs all the way to the 31st of August 2025. We've got 7 project consortium partners, and these are Link Poland, the coordinator, Greenway, Arion, Direct Conversion, WeForum, TWA Hellas, and the University of Essex. The objectives of Greener is to commercialize an autonomous AI-enabled robotic sorting system capable of detecting and removing waste containing batteries from current waste streams. It's a well-known fact that these many times cause fires. And therefore, in summary, the objectives are to build an X-ray data set of waste scrap and an AI software module capable of detecting the batteries, and to integrate and install a prototype in a WE facility environment to conduct live trials and validate Greener, and finally to explore the potential of Greener to make it economically viable and a standalone within a recycling facility. The expected impact of Greener are first and foremost to address properly the issues of fires caused by containing batteries. So in essence, being able to pick and place those batteries before they cause a hazard. The second one is Greener will directly improve the environment impact of electrical waste or processing, but the elimination of toxic emissions which are normally caused by these fires. The third impact is replacing humans working in dangerous conditions by some of these fires that could occur. And the final one is the environmental standpoint to effectively enable the European stakeholders to save millions from fires caused. Thank you.
Recent technological developments have facilitated the modernization of large-scale industrial material recovery facilities, which are crucially supported by smart waste treatment equipment. This approach is adopted by several material recovery facilities that are typically installed near urban areas to carry out municipal waste treatment. However, there are several cases where the waste treatment needs are not sufficiently catered for by the existing model. These include rural or distant areas, islands being popular touristic destinations, stadiums, and other locations with occasional high-volume recyclable waste. Reclaim exploits AI-driven robotic waste management technology that will be improved and embedded in a portable robotic material recovery facility capable of enhancing local-scale material recovery activities, providing them with industrial-level efficiency. Moreover, Reclaim aims to develop a novel recycling data game that will enable citizens to participate in the research activity of the project. The Reclaim project provides full support to the European Green Deal by providing a decentralized material recovery solution that is particularly appropriate for distant areas. It provides new technology by targeting the development of portable material recovery facilities that will be implemented following a modular, low-cost, high-performance, multi-robot, multi-gripper approach using a team of robotic recycling workers. It increases social awareness to recycling via a novel recycling data game that highlights the related environmental and social challenges and encourages citizens to support Reclaim activities through a citizen science approach for collecting training data. It strengthens the competitiveness of the EU economy by implementing marketable technologies and promoting new business models on secondary material management. The Reclaim Consortium is comprised of a balanced blend of research organizations, SMEs, start-ups, waste management authorities, innovation consultants, and a leading global association on recycling and the circular economy.
Romain is an EU-funded project that intends to address the challenges of inspection and maintenance of wind turbine blades. For this, in Romain, a robotic system will be developed in order to perform these tasks in the fastest, safest, and reliable way. The project consortium is composed by 3 small and medium enterprises, 1 research center, 1 university, and 1 end user for the solution. The project main goal is to develop a complete solution for robotic-based inspection and repair of wind turbine blades. To achieve this goal, the consortium divided the objectives of the project in technical and operational objectives. Regarding the technical objective, Romain intends to carry and deploy inspection and repair kits along the wind turbine blades, optimize the inspection system to detect subsurface defects, develop advanced repair techniques to repair the wind turbine blades, design advanced image processing and AI algorithms to process the recorded inspection images, and integrate the inspection and repair kit with the robot into a robotic maintenance system. In an operational perspective, the objectives of Romain are the demonstration of the main functionalities of the integrated system on a wind turbine, ensure safety environment in any possible failure condition, disseminate the outcome of Romain field trials, and prepare a detailed cost-benefit model of the application. To achieve the goals of the project, we will follow a methodology that will start with the system specifications. This will pave the way for the design of the robotic system, the design of the inspection system, and the development of the repair techniques for composite materials. After that, all the systems, robotic inspection and repair, will be integrated and preliminarily tested. Finally, the solution will be demonstrated on a real wind farm from EDP. The completion of all these stages will create impact, enabling the use of a robotic system to perform wind turbine blades maintenance, totally removing the need of human access and the associated safety risks. Also, we will promote the advance of the optical inspection technique for subsurface defect detection that will be integrated in the robotic system. And finally, we will produce different types of data with the application of some inspection techniques that will enable the gathering of new physical intelligence about the wind turbine blades and also new analytical results. This is Romain project in a nutshell. Please follow our social media accounts and thanks for watching.
Hello everyone, I'm Yannis Malounas from the Agricultural University of Athens and I'm going to present to you the Smart Droplet project of which I'm the project manager. The project full title is Accelerating the Achievement of EU Green Deal Goals for Pesticide and Fertilizer Reduction through AI, Data and Robotic Technologies, something that reflects its ambition of disrupting current agricultural production practices to facilitate the transition towards the Green Deal targets. However, it plans to do so not by introducing novel chemicals, crop varieties or cultivation means as done in the past. Instead, technologies such as intelligent data infrastructure, digital twins, and robotic solutions will be used to develop a data-driven autonomous spraying machine capable of contributing substantially to the Green Deal targets of a 50% reduction in pesticide use and 20% reduction in fertilizers by 2030. The developed solution will not only be developed and used under lab conditions, but also demonstrated and optimized in real-life environments, and more specifically, commercial wheat farms and apple orchards. Finally, to accelerate the adoption of such technologies by the agricultural industry, lots of efforts will be spent on community building, synergies, and result exploitation. Overall, the Smart Droplets Consortium believes that the project can significantly impact the European agricultural industry by investing significant resources in the previously mentioned technologies and leveraging the first mover advantage supporting Europe's open strategic autonomy. Moreover, it will greatly impact all parties and stakeholders interested in investing in agriculture, as it will offer a testbed for novel solutions, thus accelerating the transition towards the Green Deal targets, as well as the technological progress and adoption rate of robotic, AI, and data solutions, reinforcing the European industry leadership in the digital food supply chain along the way. Finally, through a multi-layered complementary approach and by engaging stakeholders through community and capacity building activities, the Smart Droplet solutions ensure that they are in line with the European Commission guidelines and the end user needs, ultimately ensuring proper transition and adoption of technologies. This was a brief introduction to the Smart Droplets project. Thank you very much for your attention.
Tubers develops scalable and modular robotic tools for water network inspections and repair. In Europe, the water network distribution is plagued by leaks that cause a staggering 20% of drinking water to go to waste. Tubers will set forth a new paradigm by creating the world's first combination of robotic platforms, allowing for 24/7 inspection and targeted in situ repairs, greatly reducing the costs of inspection and maintenance. Tubers will result in 2 robotic platforms. First of all, a snake-like resident robot will be developed that can operate over long distances and negotiate pipeline junctions to navigate large parts of the water network. Secondly, a modular soft robotic platform capable of moving using an inchworm technique will be developed. This platform may be used for inspections and repairs of pipe segments featuring a novel repair deployment mechanism. The robots will be equipped with a high-accuracy inspection system that detects leaks and measures corrosion based on the advanced technique of coded excitation. Also, a decision support system powered by explainable machine learning algorithms will enable an optimal holistic planning of water network inspection and maintenance. Once it reaches the market, the Tubers solution will provide the operators with powerful tools to eliminate waste, facilitate savings of an estimated 158 gigawatt hours of energy and 79,000 tons of CO2 emissions within a 5-year period. Tubers' scientific impact consists of the development of a new ecosystem of digital tools, systems, and processes connected as a system of systems and positioned towards the prevention of water loss through leakage. Its economic impact is generated by maximizing the value of the existing European drinking water infrastructure, by increasing utilization and ensuring better recovery from damages by 50%. In terms of societal impact, Tubers contributes with increased sustainability and circularity of water management and economically viable, as well as eco-friendly solutions to reduce water leakages causing contamination and underground pollution. And last but not least, Tubers as an initiative contributes to the exploration of solutions for the current climate change challenge.
Well, we are grateful to all the coordinators for sending us these presentations to explain their projects, and I hope you're finding them interesting. I would request Nicolo to present the 4th poll question now on the screen, please. As you answer it, I'll now move on to the next plot of projects, which is about the Digital Emerging 0110 call, which was about AI data and robotics at work. So in a sense, these projects will demonstrate how AI data and robotics solutions will support workers in their daily tasks, improving their conditions, work efficiency, and also safety and security. So as a result, we have these projects that you see on the screen, which will be now presented as part of this set of presentations. So we have Yarashi, Fairwork, Ferox, Gadians, Hasid, Simar, and Softgear. So let's go ahead and check out the introduction videos.
Arashi, embodied AI robotics application for a safe, human-oriented industry, is an innovation action managing financial support to third parties. Arashi brings together 4 research centers, 1 university, 1 large corporate, 3 small and medium enterprises, and 3 clusters and associations. This strong partnership will foster the uptake of advanced digital eco-responsible technologies by industry, especially SMEs, to improve working conditions, both health and safety, trust, acceptance of collaborative embedded AI in robotics system. Arashi will support open call beneficiaries in the development and adoption of innovative solutions in the application field of production machine in Europe, build a community and create awareness to facilitate the production and uptake of new AI data and robotics technologies, provide a variety of validated human-centric approaches to develop smooth interaction and great user experience at complex workplaces through coaching, decrease accident and improve well-being at work, improve trust and acceptance of collaborative AI in robotic systems, strengthens the circular economy based on market prediction and economy viability through AI, invest early in and sustain competitive emerging enabling technologies fit for the Green Deal. In line with the Horizon Europe strategy plan, Arashi aims to contribute to Europe's need to be able to autonomously source and provide crucial services and technologies that are safe and secure for industry and people. Arashi will promote an open strategic autonomy by leading the development of key digital, enabling and emerging technologies, sectors and value chains. It will help shaping secure, trusted and competitive technologies and enable eco-responsible production and consumption for the production machine tool field. Through investment, Arashi will contribute in early discovery and industrial uptake of new technologies via financial support to third parties, enabling agile responses to urgent needs and open strategic autonomy in digital and future emerging technologies. Arashi will pave the ways to accelerating the eco-responsible digital transition by 2030 in Europe.
Hi, my name is Robert Voigt. I'm the coordinator of the EU project Fairwork, which I would like to introduce to you. First, I'm coming from BOC, which is an Austrian company dealing with modeling. Jotne is also in the consortium dealing with data management. CRF is one of the use case partners from the car manufacturer Fiat. Flex is our other use case partners. It's a company using robots in manufacturing plants. RWTH Aachen is the university dealing with artificial intelligence and the trustworthiness of artificial intelligence. UNIM Research deals with variables and IoT and data lakes. Morcolab brings in the multi-agent system, and Omilab is a non-profit organization as a network and exploitation partner, bringing in various nodes of digital innovation environments. Now, what we would like to do, we would like to support a decision maker, the human decision maker, who has to do decisions during the execution of processes or in design time of the processes. And currently these decisions are done in a hierarchical way, as we say. So this person has to know all the aspects and then in the best manner performs the different decisions. And we would like to democratize this approach. We have this democratic AI. Each of the different actors, we call them agents, become agents, and those agents negotiate in an orchestration environment to propose an optimized decision to this human. This can be, for example, bringing in part A to from one line to another line, or this can be in designing robot processes and so on and so on. Now, this enables us making more complex decisions because we can not only focus on 1 or 2 parameters, but on several ones. Of course, this is configured in a configuration environment, and you have an open approach in data and artificial intelligence algorithms. First impact, what we would like to achieve is optimizing the production process by considering several aspects. Second, improving the perception of trust and fairness because it's transparent and people know how these decisions are done. And third, introducing more flexibility. So I hope you like the idea. Please get in contact with Anne for collaborating. Thank you very much.
My name is Paul Chippendale and I'm the coordinator of the Ferox project. The Ferox project is aimed at improving the way that we collect wild berries from the wild using AI and drone technology. Currently, less than 10% of the wild berry crop in Finland is harvested. It's a very short season. It's a very difficult environment to work. So that therefore the companies have to ship in people from abroad to do the work. These people don't understand the local languages, the culture, and especially the forest that they have to work in. So we have three main objectives in the project: to improve wild berry picking, improve the yield and the working conditions of the workers, to optimize operations to make sure that we can have the workers in the field for a short amount of time or collect more berries at the same amount of time. And we're going to demonstrate how we can improve the wild berry business with three demonstrators in Finland. Our approach will generate detailed 3D models of the forest, including high-resolution imagery of trees, bushes, fruits themselves, produce navigational advice to pickers on a dedicated application so they can understand how to best get from A to B and collect the most berries, provide air transportation for the harvest that they collect in small quantities so they don't have to carry all of the harvest back to base. You can get drone lifted out. And of course, if there are problems while picking, they can call for help if there's a lack of 3G, 4G connections. There are some big challenges in the project. One of them is we have a lot of data from a lot of devices. The drones have a multitude of sensors from LiDAR to multispectral, and it's integrating all that data into the same space is going to be difficult. Flying and coordinating multiple fleets of drones above and below the canopy is going to be a challenge, especially when we have people in the same working space. And the different types of vegetation and classification of these is going to be very difficult because often a lot of the bushes look exactly the same and it's very hard even for humans to tell which is which. And then when we find the bushes, how ripe are the bushes and how much yield do these bushes have? We have three areas of impact. One of them is exploring the benefits of using AI and drones in such wilderness applications. Second one is societal and how can we instill trust and acceptance of these technologies. The third one, of course, is economic. How can we create businesses, new business opportunities for SMEs and citizens?
The combination of artificial intelligence and robotics has the potential to open up new horizons in the field of medical applications. To date, however, such AI-integrated robots could not make it into real clinical settings. In guidance, we want to break through this barrier by developing an artificial guidance for robot-assisted surgery, evaluating the setup in a clinical trial under real conditions, and preparing the certification of the system as a medical device. My name is Gernot Kornreif, and as the coordinator of guidance, it is my pleasure to give you a brief overview of our Horizon Europe project. As a clinical use case, we have selected procedures in the area of retinal surgery. Performing surgical actions directly at the retina with ultra-thin microsurgical instruments and with a limited view makes retinal surgery a very challenging discipline. Surgeons need to work at the limit of what is possible, requiring years of training and experience to execute such procedures in a safe manner. Guidance is directly addressing this challenge by utilizing methods from artificial intelligence to capture surgical experience and combining this with our robotic platform, thus reducing the mental load of the surgeon and improving surgical outcomes. The integration of new sensing technology and multimodal user support results in a new guidance robotic platform, which is being evaluated in a clinical trial. The final project objective is the preparation of a successful exploitation of the robot platform. The innovative features of the guidance platform will not only help make retinal surgery safer, but also enable new treatment procedures that go beyond the dexterity and manipulation capabilities of a surgeon. The project thus makes an important contribution to reducing the number of people suffering from severe visual impairments. The guidance project partners are committed to prepare the certification of the robotic system within 12 months after project end and to implement their ambitious exploitation plan. This will make guidance a showcase for the successful integration of AI and robotics and helps to improve the position of European medical robotics industry in the international competition. For more information, please visit our project homepage at www.guidance.eu or connect with us in our social media networks.
The HACCP prototype develops a novel hybrid collective intelligence system in which humans and machines collaborate to find solutions to real-world open-ended problems. Open-ended problems are those where solutions aren't constrained to a limited set of choices and can potentially span across many knowledge domains. We all know that human knowledge is growing so fast that decision makers constantly face information overload. In these conditions, individual and social biases can get in the way of good decisions. That's the starting point for the HACCP project. We're exploring a new approach that brings together human collective intelligence with AI-supported knowledge representation to create new tools that support decision-making. In the project, we'll develop a new prototype decision support system and test it across 2 case studies. The first HACCP prototype will address the problem of knowledge fragmentation in medicine. Our new decision support system will help medical professionals make more accurate and better informed diagnoses. In the second HACCP prototype, we'll bring together multiple sources of climate information, such as observations and modeled data, to help stakeholders better understand potential future impacts of climate change in an urban environment and explore relevant adaptation strategies. The HACCP approach works in 4 phases. First, we'll build a representation of relevant domain knowledge in our 2 case studies to create domain knowledge graphs. We'll use top-down or expert-guided methods, as well as bottom-up knowledge obtained from the analysis of large bodies of evidence using machine learning. We'll also create case-specific knowledge graphs drawing on human expertise. For example, in medical diagnostics, a case would be a description of a new patient displaying certain symptoms submitted by clinicians. Solutions to a given case will also be suggested by domain experts and then aggregated with AI. Finally, solutions will be evaluated by users of the tool with respect to different criteria such as efficacy, efficiency, and trustworthiness. Thanks to this methodology, the HACCP project will demonstrate how hybrid collective intelligence can address complex problems in application domains from medical diagnostics to climate services in the first instance, and many others beyond.
Hello to everyone, my name is Maria Jose Peña and I work as CATED project coordinator of CIMAR project. It is a pleasure for me to introduce you to CIMAR, which is a project promoted by a consortium made up of 7 high-profile European partners that you can see in this slide. So, what is the ambition of CIMAR projects? Materials degrade in oil and gas facilities, so they require periodic inspection to assess their condition and ensure the safety of the plant. CIMAR proposed a new type of inspection robot that is composed of an aerial system with advanced navigation capabilities that will allow to safely land on pipes, even if they are located in complex locations. It will also integrate either adaptive X-ray or plug sensor to perform complete inspection of insulated pipes. CIMAR will be a synergistic combination of move support and understand intelligent functionalities. Move will be implemented by robots, supports by means of the application of augmented reality and other software tools, and understand will be based on the application of artificial intelligence for inspection. In order to overcome the above challenge, CIMAR will propose 4 objectives: develop a multi-purpose hybrid aerial and ground robotic system to keep away workers from dangerous situations, an artificial intelligence and augmented reality system to reduce human workload and level of stress, a human-centered robotics inspection system, and finally reach a TRL7 through the validation and demonstration on an operational petrochemical facility, taking into account the industry requirements. Finally, we would like to remark what is expected from this project. CIMAR aims to address the following challenges or impacts: reduce the risks and therefore increase the safety of personnel when collecting impression data, which normally involves work at age; increase the quality of the data by reducing human factors that affect their performance; and finally, reduce the current inspection cost and outage time. This is all from our side. We hope that you find our project interesting. Don't hesitate to contact us through the project website and social network, and thank you for your attention.
Soft Enable towards soft fixture-based manipulation primitives enabling safe robotic manipulation in hazardous healthcare and food handling applications is a Horizon Europe project with partners from Sweden, Germany, Spain, Israel and the United Kingdom, as displayed on this slide. The project is coordinated by KTH Royal Institute of Technology. The project focuses on the challenges for introducing assistive robotic technologies for the handling of soft and delicate objects. In particular, we have identified 2 primary use case domains: the problem of assisting healthcare professionals in the preparation, dressing, undressing and disposal of personal protective equipment, and the manipulation of soft, delicate and perishable food items in food handling scenarios. Since today no mature and widely applicable framework for the robotic manipulation of such objects exists, we propose a new approach based on the concept of a soft fixture, which generalizes the notion of a caging grasp to soft and deformable objects. For this, we will propose both novel configuration-space modeling and associated planning approaches, as well as the co-design of an appropriate manipulator and tooling for our 2 primary use cases. The project's technical focus is complemented with a strong emphasis on the impact on workers that will benefit from collaborative robotic manipulation primitives, and we aim to incorporate input that involves all affected stakeholders and also addresses the potential ethical dimensions of the project. Since fresh produce handling has very high labor intensity, we see the application of robotic manipulation in this area as a key potential impact dimension, and similarly envision the introduction of robotic technologies in the healthcare environment to enable the freeing up of human resources and time that is currently spent on the dressing, undressing and disposal of personal protective equipment. Finally, the project is envisioned to impact sectors that involve robots in a shared environment more generally, as a case study to building confidence for professionals to interact with assistive robotic technologies. More information on the project can be found at www.softenable.eu and via the Twitter handle @softenable.
Thank you to the coordinators indeed, and again, very interesting projects. I'm almost sorry to announce that we are running to the last slot of project for this event. But before that, could you, Nicola, share please the last poll for today? Okay, so last question. In your view, what is the major support that the AI, data and robotics technologies bring to the EU Green Deal? Okay, so we'll leave you a couple of seconds. So the last lot of projects for this event is composed of 9 projects called Digital Emerging 0111, pushing the limits of robotics cognitions. Proposals are expected to develop technologies and systems that significantly enhance the cognitive ability of robots from the current state of the art to achieve greater level of interaction and autonomy. So, without further delay, let's hear about the projects Agimus, Convince, CoreSense, Haria, Intelliman, Mozart, Pila Robots, Rego, and Sesto Senso.
Hello, I'm Nicolas Mansart from l'AS-INRES in Toulouse, France, and I am the coordinator of the research project Agimus. In this project, we are targeting at contributing to the next generation of AI-powered robotics for agile production. What I mean by that is versatile manipulators, in particular mobile robots with arms and advanced sensors, deployed in an agile manner to solve manufacturing tasks for small batch production, where a lot of customization is expected. You have here some pictures of both the industrial tasks that we are intending to participate to solve and the robots at the test bed in our laboratories. For that, we are gathering 8 partners from 4 countries in Europe, France, Czech Republic, Spain, and Greece. Agimus has our mission to enrich the shop floor with more autonomous robots that will be general purpose, that we will make faster to set up and versatile to the manufacturing process. I think everybody would agree that this is a missing ingredient to enable the automatization of small batch production. For that, we propose to develop cutting-edge technologies beyond the state of the art by making advances in task and motion planning that can learn from online available video demonstrations, by developing optimal control policies, advancing reinforcement learning with differentiable physics, and by enabling perception algorithms that are able to handle objects and situations unseen during initial training. We have the objective to produce demonstration and experimentally validate our ideas in 3 testing zones in our laboratories and at 3 industrial pilots in the industrial partners of the project. Agimus will impact the domain first by breakthrough innovation in AI-powered mobile and versatile manufacturing. We are proposing advances in award-winning open technologies in task and motion planning, optimal control, reinforcement learning, multi-body feedback, and generalization at runtime beyond what the robot has been trained for. We are expecting visibility through our 3 testing zones, and we are also contributing to the guidelines for accelerating industrial uptake.
This is Lorenzo Natale from the Italian Institute of Technology, and I am the coordinator of the project Convince. The consortium is made of 2 academic partners, 2 research centers, 3 enterprises, and 2 end users. Today, robots are increasingly being deployed in dynamic environments. However, these robots have limited autonomy because they are unable to deal with unexpected situations and fail to remain operational without human intervention. Our ambition is to advance the capabilities of modern robots to perform complex tasks safely in unstructured environments through autonomous adaptation to the environment and the context in which they operate. The key contribution of Convince is to develop cognitive deliberation capabilities that ensure safe robot operation over extended periods of time without human intervention. Integrate such capabilities and making them available to the community in a model-driven software toolchain to support the development of an application-specific deliberation system. The objectives of Convince are to develop a safe, adaptive cognitive deliberation system capable of detecting unexpected situations and provide contingency plans to handle them. Formal tools that ensure correct execution of behaviors and contingency plans executed by the deliberation system at design and runtime, and an open source software toolchain for behavior developers. 3 use cases will guide the development and validation of the project results: an assembly robot, a vacuum cleaner robot in a domestic environment, and a robotic museum guide. Convince will provide better perception and understanding of the world, advancing the state-of-the-art in perception and situation understanding. Novel methodologies for modeling complete robot software architectures that meet safety requirements, reducing development and debugging time and time to market. New methods for task and motion planning in presence of uncertainty in the environment. Open source software toolchain to support robot developers in modeling, verification, and implementation of robot behaviors. This was a short description of the project Convince. Thank you for listening.
The Core Sense project is a project in the convergence point of fundamental AI and autonomous robotics. I am Ricardo Sanz, the project coordinator from the Technical University of Madrid. The project is highly ambitious. Its central objective is the development of a fundamental AI capability, the capability of understanding. This is a great challenge, given the fact that it is a less than clear capability of humans. In essence, we seek robots that can understand systems in their structure and causality, and use this capability to provide a resilient, adaptive behavior. This capability includes the capability of perceiving and understanding themselves, hence rendering self-aware systems. The project objectives include a broad spectrum of both science and technology. Operationalize model-based cognition, develop perceptual understanding and awareness, formalize using abstract mathematics, define a reference architecture, build modular cognitive components, provide hardware acceleration for critical components, enable digital engineering down to runtime, and address cross-domain universality. At the end of the project, we expect to have the knowledge, assets, and engineering processes to make robots capable of understanding and re-engineering on the fly the systems they are part of. This technology can have an enormous, wide impact. In the scope of the project, we address the application of this capability in 3 real-world environments. Social robots that shall understand humans to align with their intentions and needs. Inspection drone teams that shall understand their own constitution and operational states. And manufacturing robots that shall understand the missions allocated to them to flexibly transfer previously acquired knowledge. You can follow our developments through our website. We will be glad to find any kind of collaboration.
Hi, I'm Domenico Pratichizzo, Professor of Robotics and Optics at the University of Siena, and I'm the coordinator of Project ARIA on human-robot sensory motor augmentation. This is a European collaborative project that involves many countries, in particular from Italy, University of Siena, Istituto Italiano di Tecnologia, Fondazione Santa Lucia, from Germany, Karlsruhe Institute of Technology, and the company Autobock. From Sweden, Lund University, from Netherlands, the company Twente Medical Systems International, and finally from Spain, Hospital Nacional de Paraplegicos, SESCAM. Project ARIA is about body augmentation. Body augmentation means in practice to do things with more limbs. Go beyond body limitation. It means that I have more limbs, more hands to perform more complex tasks. This can be achieved by thinking about growing artificial limbs from our body and think about an octopus that does things with more limbs. This is not what we want. We want to have artificial limbs grounded on the floor and very light sensory motor interfaces that connect our body to the robot to give us the sense of agency and let these artificial limbs to be part of our sensory motor schema. So we want to augment the sensory motor abilities of humans. When you think about going beyond body limitation and think about healthy subjects, you think about superhumans. This is of course something that in the long term can be reached, but is not the scope of our project. The real goal of our project is to go beyond the limitation, yes, but for patients that suffer upper limbs impairments, for example, due to a stroke or due to a spinal cord injury. Think about a stroke. A subject does not have the use of the left arm, but is still anatomically present, and I want to augment the actual body abilities by having an external limb deeply connected through the residual mobility of the body and the sensory motor interface. This is the impact of Project ARIA. Other impacts deal with new paradigms of human-robot interaction that keeps the human at the center of the collaborative process, the human as the agency of everything, both the biological and the artificial limbs, to perform more complex tasks. Thank you for your attention and stay tuned with our Project ARIA. Bye-bye.
Hello everyone, I'm Professor Gianluca Palli from the University of Bologna and I'm the coordinator of the Intelliman project. Intelliman stands for AI-powered manipulation system for advanced robotic service manufacturing and prosthetics. In the Intelliman Consortium, we have 13 partners from 6 different countries. We have 6 academic institutions, 3 research centers, and 2 companies. The ambition of the Intelliman project is to develop AI-based manipulation capabilities that are able to be transferred among different systems. Among the objectives of the Intelliman project, there's the capability of transfer learning on different robotic systems and also different applications. Moreover, we would like to use the same shared autonomy methodologies for different robotic systems in order to interact efficiently with humans. In the Intelliman project, we will apply the developed methodologies on different applications, ranging from prosthetics to robotic service, to industrial manufacturing and food logistics. In our approach, what we are interested in is to exploit the AI-based manipulation system to understand which are the relevant manipulation features that are common to all the tasks and then that can be transferred and used for different applications and on different robotic systems. The impact of the Intelliman project will be first the development of AI-based manipulation capabilities that are transferable across different robotic platforms and different applications. Second, we want to develop the capability of interpreting task structure and manipulation skills in order to compose new tasks. The Intelliman project will also impact on reducing the training samples that are needed to train AI-based systems, preserving the success rate. And finally, we aim at defining AI modules with guaranteed performance for real applications.
Hello, my name is Kasper Støy, and I'm professor with the IT University of Copenhagen, and I'm the coordinator of the Mozart EU project. Mozart stands for Morphing Computerized Match with Embodied Sensing and Artificial Intelligence. And the concept is illustrated here at the bottom. You can see chicken drumsticks being placed on a surface, and then by changing the curvature of the surface and sensing where the chicken drums are, we can move the chicken drums out and turn them around and move them back for packing. So basically, this is the concept of the robot system we are going to develop in the Mozart project. The project is a collaboration between the IT University of Copenhagen, Italian Institute of Technology, EPFL, Trinity College Dublin, and then our impact partners, Cabin Plant, Uni and Standardization Company, Icons for Communication and Exploitation, and ABEC representing the poultry industry. The ambitions and objectives of the project is, first of all, to advance the state of the art in robotics handling and manipulations of soft and heterogeneous objects. So, of course, this is very different from an arm-based approach that is traditionally seen. We want to demonstrate the developed technology in 3 target demonstrators in the food processing industry. We have a look to the operators as well, so we have an interdisciplinary approach to transition the roles of operators into high-skilled jobs of the future. And finally, we have an exploitation plan that goes beyond the TIL level 5 that we expect in the project and how to get to a commercial product 4 years after the end of the project. Finally, if we look at the impact scientifically, we really want to spearhead surface-based manipulation through breakthroughs in soft sensing skins or in GAMI-based actuation and artificial intelligence-based distributed control. In terms of an industrial impact, we expect that 4 years after the end of the project, the first manipulation mats will be sold to pilot customers. And finally, we contribute to the societal impact with contribution to several UN sustainability goals. If you're interested in knowing more, please visit our website at mozartrobotics.eu or our Twitter handle at mozartrobotics. Thank you very much.
Hello, I am Richard Duro from the CITIC at the University of Coruña. I am the coordinator of the Pillar Robots project, purposeful, intrinsically motivated, lifelong learning autonomous robots. Pillar Robots is concerned with increasing the autonomy of robots. Specifically, we seek to achieve lifelong open-ended learning autonomy, That is, we want robots to be able to operate in domains that were not considered at the design time. However, autonomy without an objective is basically a random exploration process and is thus not very useful. So the key pillar robots question is, how do we design robots capable of lifelong open-ended learning autonomy that at the same time provide for the desires of their human designers? Consequently, pillar robots has the following objectives. First, we want to operationalize the concept of purpose. That way we can bias autonomy towards achieving the desires of the designer in a domain-independent manner. We also want to expand the research on intrinsically motivated open-ended learning so that we can create a reference purposeful, intrinsically motivated cognitive architecture that is applicable to real-life situations. It's important to validate this cognitive architecture in demonstrators for real applications. In this case, we consider three: an agri-food, edutainment, and industry retail. We also want to evaluate the impacts of such high levels of autonomy from a market and a societal perspective. And finally, we want to foster the adoption and sustainability of the pillar robot framework across key stakeholders. In terms of impact, pillar robots will allow the design of more autonomous robots. At the same time, it will extend the realm of lifelong open-ended learning and generalization to mainstream robots through an appropriate cognitive architecture. This should have a direct impact on three fields of application: agri-food, edutainment, and industry retail, thus opening up the automation of areas that were previously out of reach for these systems. And finally, we hope to have an impact on future regulatory actions through the studies carried out during the project. Thank you very much. You can find us at the Pillar Robots website for any additional information you require.
Good morning, everyone. REGO is a collaborative project funded by the European Union under the Horizon Europe program. It has started on October 2022 and will last for 4 years. REGO proposes an innovative set of AI-powered, modular, micro-sized swarms of robots. They are wirelessly steered by electromagnetic fields as well as able to react to other external stimuli, and are naturally controlled by humans through intuitive dexterous interfaces and interaction techniques. Towards this objective, REGO will develop stimuli-responsive collaborative small-scale robots, autonomous swarm control techniques, and human-robot haptic interfaces and cognitive shared control algorithms. Similar to ANS and multi-drone systems, the REGO robots will be able to team up and collaborate to fulfill highly complex tasks in a robust, scalable, and unprecedented flexible way. According to the application at hand, they will deploy in small or large groups, be semi-autonomous or fully teleoperated, and present task and environment-specific features. The project will directly address 4 scenarios: endovascular interventions, environmental remediation, targeted drug delivery, and macro-manipulation, integrating the proposed set of highly innovative approaches into high-impact real-world applications. REGO will make it possible to address tasks nowadays impossible, such as street aneurysms that today are left untreated due to the lack of proper tools. The project outcomes will concern important technology advancements for cognitive robotics and human-robot interaction. Our contribution will both focus on the design of new robotic hardware, including electromagnetic control frameworks, wireless stimuli-responsive robots, microscale actuators, sensors, and electronics, as well as human-robot interfaces, cognitive control algorithms, and interaction techniques, allowing efficient control of the REGO multi-robot team through visoaptic feedback and shared control techniques.
My name is Giorgio Cannata of the University of Genova, and I'm the coordinator of the European project Sesto Senso. The project involves 14 partners from 10 different countries, forming a consortium of 7 universities, 4 research institutes, and 3 companies that will collaborate for the next 3 years to develop new sensing, perception, and control technologies to improve robot autonomy and for smart and safe human-robot interaction. The project proposes a new sensing technology from the hardware and up to the cognitive perception and control levels, based on the proximity and tactile sensors embedded in the robot body, providing a unified proxy tactile perception of the environment required to control the robot's actions and interactions safely and autonomously. The Sesto-Senso technology targets next generation of collaborative robots capable of self-adapting to different time-varying operational conditions and capable of safe and smooth adaptation from autonomous to interactive when human intervention is required, either for collaboration or training and teaching. Furthermore, the Sesto-Senso proxy tactile sensing architecture is based on advanced printed electronics and wireless communication to develop a cost-effective technology portable to different robot systems. Sesto-Senso is motivated by the industrial need to improve the collaboration between workers and robots, and the need of robots operating safely without external sensing infrastructure, thus reducing setup times and costs to increase the flexibility of the shop floor configuration. The Sesto-Senso technology is demonstrated by 3 use cases of industrial interest. An automotive manufacturing application involving human-robot cooperation for assembly tasks in dynamic and narrow environments. A warehousing application to perform safe whole arm manipulation for lifting large, heavy, and bulky objects. And finally, an agricultural application requiring wearable devices and collaborative mobile manipulators for harvesting in presence of unmodeled and delicate obstacles. Please follow us on Twitter and on www.sestosenso.eu.
Well, we hope you found this quite informative and useful. We also know that it's a lot of information to digest, but the idea was to showcase the entire landscape altogether so that these projects and together with the 2 CSAs, they understand the importance of working as a community, and we all together push towards the aim of improving the AI landscape and data and robotics landscape. Now I would request Nicolo to provide the results of the survey poll that we've done throughout the event. Nicolo, can we have the results, please, of the 5 questions? So this was the first question. What do you think is holding back organizations from adopting ADR technologies? So as we can see, the majority is about the lack of trust in new technologies, followed by financial and economic barriers, and then we have cultural barriers and regulatory context at 13 and 7%. Next question. So the question 2 was, which of the following tools are more interesting for AI, data, and robotic researchers? So as you can see on the screen, tools for experimenting and testing have the most votes, and followed by tutorials and training for learning on the technologies, and then benchmarking of services. And then we also have catalogs with information on how to reproduce the next question. Question 3 was about understanding the solutions that can enhance intelligent robots. The majority we have here is about developing artificial intelligence that can learn how to learn. And then we have about 15, 12, and 10% for improving the development of robot swarms, followed by developing systems that can automatically use common sense to make moral and social decisions. Next answer, please. Which services do you see more interesting to be built on the AI on-demand platform? Just to remind you, AI on-demand platform is the one that is already existing, and AIforEurope project is the one currently improving it further in coordination with the Adra-e project. So the answers here are more towards services for creating workflows and testing them, search between different platforms and AI assets, and then we have matchmaking between the researchers as also one of the services that is seen interesting by the audience that we have today. Now, can we have the last question and the answers, Nicolo? In your view, what is the major support that the AI, data, and robotics technologies bring to the EU Green Deal? As you can see, automated data collection, decision-making, and corrective action in industries is the preferred option here, and followed by 24% for helping to create visual reality systems and digital twins to build predictive models. And then we have improving the efficiency of energy grid also at 19%, which is also significant. Well, not taking much of your time, I would now request Cecile to provide her final closing remarks. Cecile, the floor is yours. We cannot hear you now.
Hi, do you hear me now?
Yes, we do.
Okay, good, good. You see the slide as well?
Yes.
Okay, good, good, good. So thanks again, and thanks to all the participants and the organizers, so Adra-e and Adra, the whole team working with us on that, and the Cem colleague in our unit who has also been leading that, with Erin as well, who has worked on the catalog and on the brochure that you will I will present in a second. So I would like to just highlight some take-home message, maybe to clarify some of the message and important message to the community. The first one being linked to the PPP, ADRA. So what is very important for all of you, all the audience, all the participants in the project, and all the stakeholders, so you should really become an active member of ADRA, a direct member of ADRA. Being part of a funding organization is not enough. Our interlocutor is ADRA. So it's very important, if you want to be part of the community which influences the strategy for our program, but much beyond that, the goal is for them to really develop the strategy for Europe in AI, data, and robotics on the development, innovation, but also influence the policy making. So this is your opportunity also to have a channel to the Commission and work with us. It's important also because the PPP is there to offer you also some additional services like matchmaking with the other communities, but also with the different stakeholders, from research to innovation to also different kind of funding resource, not only the public funding, but also private funding. So we expect the PPP to really develop these kind of services. And it's only if you're part of ADRA, a member of the association ADRA, that you will benefit from those services. Now, what we do in our project, we fund Adra-e, which is also there to facilitate the creation of the ecosystem of excellence, support Adra in their tasks, in their different activities. So you will see a lot of networking activity organized by Adra-e, and you are welcome to, you should attend them and contribute and participate. This should help the visibility of your project. Now I'm talking more on the project participant. Now, when it comes to the AI on demand platform, exploit what is there. It's a platform. So it's a platform you can use to also disseminate your result and make your project visible. So not only in using the AI resource or providing your AI resource on the platform, but also the other dimension of the AI on demand platform when it comes to dissemination of your results. So exploit this platform. They're there to help. You saw also what the 2 networks of excellence centers offer for the whole community. Again, get in touch with them and participate to what is beneficial for you. And finally, you saw the different subsession where you saw the different projects. So we expect you then to get in touch with each other and develop synergy. Many of you address similar projects, similar challenges in these technologies. So develop synergy with a project developing similar technology or addressing similar challenges. together you will have more impact and exchange also on the research and development to be stronger together. So finally, the last message is here's the link to the brochure that we have just published on Friday, and I would strongly invite you then, now that you have seen all these different projects, to go a bit in depth in this brochure to get a gist of what the 42 projects are about. And there you will find also links to the project website. Some of them have not yet developed their logo or project website, but we will very soon update it as soon as we receive the information, because some projects have not been started yet. So we will soon update it, but at least you already have contact people and website to the project. So we will, that gives you the overview as well. So on that, I thank you again, and I hope you will all be very active in this development of this ecosystem of excellence, become a member of ADRA, so that we can then continue working with you in making it happen in Europe, this trustworthy AI in Europe. Thank you, and I wish you a great day and very successful project to all of you.
Thank you, Cecile. Well, we are very much in line with the closing time. In the end, myself and Viviane, we thank all the speakers and the attendees for taking the time out to be part of it. The AIforEurope and Adra-e project teams also together look forward to the combined efforts of all these initiatives towards strengthening Europe's competitiveness in AI data and robotics, paving the way for a sustainable next generation of the R&I excellence in the ADR ecosystem. Thank you very much for your attention, and have a great week.
Bye, all.